All right. As normal, we're going to start right off with bonus questions.
Yeah.
So you may each roll me a d20. I believe I went low to high last time, so we're going to go high to low today.
Yes.
You just want me to keep going first.
Ha! Look at that. All nice and in order.
15. Alrighty. Mr. Kruger.
Will you ride your white horse?
He doesn't have a white horse. Roll me a 1d19.
Consistency.
Oh, this is too easy for you. We should change it. All right, Kruger. You have 1 minute to tell me what was the name of Grunak's axe.
First off, it wasn't his axe. It was my father's axe, and then he was just holding it for me. It's called...
15 years.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been 15 years since
Damn.
maybe even closer to 16 now.
Time's running out.
More than
Reaper's
a
Toll.
lifetime.
Hey, there we go. First point of the night.
It was a trick
Alright.
question. He actually had his own axe. He just didn't use it.
It was.
Clan axe.
Wait, I forgot he doesn't have his dagger. Every time I
Nope.
remember that, it makes me a little more happy inside.
If he comes back, he says, "I want my dagger."
Yep.
All right,
got
Raz.
13.
Roll me a 1d18, Raz.
17. You ready for a wrong answer?
Oh, this ain't fair. It must be easy mode tonight.
You're just saving the hard ones for the end questions.
Yeah.
He's gonna ask
Raz.
me what's the name of Zakara's new rapier again.
No, that was last week. Raz, you have 1 minute to tell me who owned Reaper's Toll before Grunek.
It would be Kruger's father.
That would be correct.
I don't think Kruger's ever actually told us his name, though, right?
We were joking about it last session.
Kruger.
He
That
has a
was
name.
Ooga Booga.
No, that was his mom.
Ooga Booga Kruger.
The mom's
All
maiden
right.
name was Ooga, and the dad's last name was Booga, so he's Kruga Ooga Booga.
Yep.
Next
Zakara,
question. Who
roll me a
owned Reaper's Toll
1d17.
after Kruger's father?
Who currently owns Reaper's Toll?
Is this the oldest question on the list now? Since
Gotta be.
higher up,
So
we're
we
apparently
Probably, I don't know about oldest, but it's definitely up there. It's another easy one, though.
In session 1.
Zakara, you have 1 minute to tell me what city does the party currently reside in?
Current.
As in base.
Held for.
Yeah.
I felt like Mystic got that question one time.
And missed it, probably. All right, Glizzik, a 1D, 16.
If we get a clean sweep, do we get extra points?
No.
Boo.
If we get the reward of a job well done.
I think our reward is just we got the points.
There is one question in here that does have extra points available if you guys ever roll it.
Explain in detail, Glizzy, how to rebuild a carburetor.
First, you're gonna need duct tape.
How
That's
did
the
not
first thing
know?
and everything.
First, you have to get a car. Then you have to find a berator. Whatever.
All right, Glizzik.
As someone who braids.
You have 1 minute to tell me what is the name of the woman at the House of Healing. Came up last session too.
I was literally just thinking that.
I talked to her because I wanted to see if she wanted me to do extra stuff. Only GM has access. Under House of Healing, the description. It's definitely an S name. I don't think it's right, but I'm gonna go with Sarah or something like that.
That is incorrect.
No.
Tried to get work from her. She
fucking
didn't.
way.
We all know who wasn't paying attention last week.
Hey, dude, I'm tiny. Stuff goes over my
Glizik is the one who's got that question both times before.
head.
Oh no, sorry. Galger was one time. One time was Glizik.
No, but I've had it twice.
Alrighty, you guys have got 3 points tonight. That's 12 points total.
We got items coming for you, Raz.
Let
What
me
we bought
pop
last-
open the bonus reward sheet.
Can I tell him what the name of the House of Healing person is?
Oh, I don't care. It's too late now.
Sharon.
Sharon.
Sharon. Tell you it was an S.
Yeah.
I'm like, Shara.
I know
Mine.
someone went back to ask her what her name was.
It was Glizik.
Yep.
It was me. But it had been so long since I did that I'm like, I don't know. I made a point.
It's funny because I wrote it down after you did that because we had missed the question twice at one point. It's like, I'm not going to be the third person.
Bye.
So we are planning on going back to the Goblin camp and then Hildford,
Hobgoblin.
Goblinoid camp,
Yeah, I'll take
full of goblinoids.
Okay. Goblin. Hobgoblin camp under new management. Goblin camp.
Just cross out the hob.
Yeah.
And then we're going back to Hildford so that Zakara can get strung up by her little cat thumbs. So she
Good
probably
thing cats don't have thumbs.
but they do. They're not
That's how she
supposed
gets out of it.
to. Everybody always thinks that they don't have a thumb, and that's where she's hiding the freaking knife.
Claw.
Dew claw. I always thought that was a weird name for a freaking claw. Dogs have thumbs too. They both serve the same purpose.
We were talking about that, Sophie and I, the other day, and she's like, what's the purpose of fingernails? I'm like, well, when you think about it, how many animals actually have nails as opposed to claws? Most of things have claws, or hooves or something like that for the same, limb and function.
So we got to scratch your eyes out.
Grip, grip, grip.
All right, what do you guys gonna spend some points on, or aren't you spending any tonight? You spent a lot last week.
I was wondering what we were getting for the alchemical crap. that
We will get to that.
Spent points on.
We'll get to that next.
There's alchemic food and alchemical food.
Yep.
So, see, the first one was to feed the alchemist. The second one is the food he made.
Well, you had to
What do you
fill
mean?
the cartridge or something.
I mean, I see both. They're both the same.
That's a good thing
I
I
saw
screenshot
that.
it. It'll be on the videos.
There's no description of alchemic food. Oh, there it is. I see. It got the actual items listed. Owlbear egg. That's sad.
I don't know. Maybe we want to hit an album. We got wyverns we got to train.
Kinda
We
poppy.
could ride on the owlbear who rides on the wyvern.
I'm thinking alchemical food one because I guess it's a bunch of new stuff we haven't played with. They're like the other ones. The
They are food.
thrice fried mud wings. So there might be something in there worth snatching up.
You could click on them.
They actually work.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just surprised the links worked the first time.
They all of them. The other ones should work too.
Mm. And since they're alchemical, I can also reverse engineer them.
If you really wanted to, yeah, you could have done the other ones too, but you sucked them down too quick.
I couldn't do the other ones. The other ones were magical. One of them was alchemical, the fire and ice burn, which we didn't get.
That's because you didn't want that.
That's correct.
Calgrim chew.
He doesn't chew. Talks with his mouth open. Come on, we all know it.
I do like the galvanic chew. You bite it, you chew on it, you get some electric resistance, and then if something hits you, you have a reaction. They make a fortitude save, or be stunned 1, or stunned 2 on a crit fail. You're then immune to the chews for 24 hours, or daily prep. So
Yep, you could chew on one. You could chew one a day. It lasts for an hour?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's gum made of eel.
Basically. There's that. There's owlbear eggs, and there's some crescent rolls.
It's an elixir of lesser ealing.
Lesser eeling.
Mm. I'd be okay if you guys want to get more food, and then there are regular +1 hero point.
I'm thinking the chew, because I feel like we could get some use out of that for sure. I'm gonna slap that onto freaking Kruga. He dives in and freaking gets walloped, and he can decide who he wants to try to stun.
I mean, when I get walloped, I already have an overreaction.
Well, you can have another one.
I don't need more reaction. I need the ability to do more reactions.
Well, here's a different thing for you to have to decide what to do with. Damage or stun.
I currently have 3 different reactions that I can use.
Have a 4th.
Do you want to get the Silver Crescent lozenges for whenever we fight more vampires and stuff? Because it basically lets you do like a moonbeam type thing on one square for 46 positive damage and dazzles them. Spirit figure.
Not particularly. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't want to spend points on it. Also, the owlbear egg doesn't actually say what it does.
Maybe click on the owlbear egg.
It's delicious.
I don't want it. It should all be in one thing.
Yeah, it does. The first one tells you exactly what it does.
Fierce.
The second one's just what goes in your action bar.
It's alright.
Yeah, we demoralized, basically.
Yeah. And it's not a demoralize, so it wouldn't be affected by demoralize cooldown. It's nice. I think the chew would probably be, because I can give it to more than just freaking Kruga, who doesn't want options. You could give
I
it
don't
to anybody.
need options. All my options are covered.
Kruga doesn't want options.
But these are buffs.
But that dress of his is a bad option.
So I'd say at least a Galvanic Chew. And then I guess maybe some hero points, because I feel like Zakara might need them. She might have some splaining to do.
I'm sure they'll be very understanding.
It's fine. Krug will be there to help.
Will he? Will he really? Will he really?
Mm-hmm.
Not sure. I'm not sure that's how it works.
I'm basically trained in everything, so that means I can do whatever I want.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's my those are my recommendations.
I think you buy a new broker.
We need more Mudwind.
Uneven session Zargan.
It's an odd session, you can buy some talismans or some potions, some healing potions.
I feel like healing potions lose a lot of value when there's like an alchemist in the group. I think I still have some healing. Yeah, I do. I still got some healing potions from like level 1 or 2.
Me too.
Just in cases.
You can probably drink 10 of those and still not affect your category of wounds.
That's fine. They're mostly for. They're not there for healing. They're there for getting people off the ground.
I thought that was a spatula.
That's what we call them. Spatula brand healing potion.
Nice. All right, what's the decision, team? Team
I'm fine with
Umizumi.
It's a cheap session for us, just +1 hero point and 1 food.
Is that what
Sounds
you're going
good.
for?
Yeah. Galvanic chew and a hero point for everyone.
Is that what you guys want? Goblin choose for next session?
Galvanic chews for
Sure.
everyone. Hero point for everyone.
Shockingly good.
Teeth tingle when you chew on it.
They are minty.
Just imagine the commercials they're making for it already.
If you have braces, they will get sparks.
Like wintergreen lifesavers, yeah.
Yep. All right, you guys buy those. Go ahead and on your character sheets, go ahead and give yourselves a total of 2 hero points each.
Maeve's a big fan.
Wait, do we get to choose now or next session?
Next session.
Next session. That way Zargan can find out
We-
exactly where he wants to put them.
This session, we just choose the 2 to chew.
Exactly.
Next week, we actually
And we put it in the order. It takes at least a day for overnight shipping. Come on.
I mean, you're not even a Prime member, so come on.
We don't have free Prime.
Of course not.
We should have named our group Prime.
Optimus. Alrighty. Who would like to do a recap of last session?
Well, last time we were at the base of the cliff looking for some wyverns for this secondary job that we were doing. We started pretty much ready to go and pre-potted a bunch of shit for all you WoW people out there. And aggroed a bunch of wyverns.
Shout out to our YouTube viewers.
Shout out to the YouTube.
It's your boy.
Yeah, so we pissed off a few wyverns and got their attention when they were way up in the sky there. The first one that was diving down was screaming and hooting and hollering in Draconic and warning the others, and more heads were popping out of nests, and a fight ensued
And
where
they
a
were
lot of
going, mine.
a lot of abductions were attempted. One was almost successful before science prevailed again. And gravity introduced itself to 2 people. But overall, we were relatively... Yeah, we were fine. We were fine. I don't even think anybody even got poisoned.
No,
Not from a
unfortunately.
lack of a trying it, though.
And Kruger was the aerial superiority.
So after some scuffling with the wyverns there, we started harvesting. Well, Galgrim, with Glizzik's help, started to harvest up some wyvern.
I feel like help is a generous term.
Kruger decided now, after we climbed up to the nest and appropriated some wyvern eggs, that this would be a good time to test out the airship that we've had for a little bit now. And we came back to the ground, popped the airship, probably scared the crap out of anything in a mile radius. We brought back the NPCs, the horses, Rebecca, and we, Kruger was touring the ship and carved his little Reaper symbol on the captain's quarters. or what he thinks is the captain's quarters.
It's the latrine.
What's the difference?
Reminds me of home.
That's pretty much where we
Kruger
ended up.
gets
The
air
fight
sick.
the fight took the majority of the session, so I think that's pretty much where we left off, right? We pretty much were
Yep.
starting to pile on near the airship, and once
You guys
I
were
think
climbing on the
Goblin-
airship and trying to figure out how you're going to get the stupid horses on it.
we still have to get the horses
Oh.
on it.
Kruger's gonna throw him on the board.
And then I'll patch them up, right?
Eh,
And then they run off the ship again.
That's the noise they make, Zarkin, when you throw them up there. Yeah.
eh.
Battle medicine them twice, and then they're just out of luck.
They're not llamas.
No doubt.
So, yeah.
All right. If you go ahead and
Setting
open
it
up
up.
the party inventory, it's getting kind of full in there.
It's getting full in here, so full.
So take up all your.
Couple things I want to point out. The damage formula book and the damage ritual book, if you open those, they have links to the formulas and that in them.
Gotta
Oh,
find
I
them.
thought we gave those out already.
Stuff.
The sheet should be alphabetical.
I will happily take the ritual book. It's got like Hero's Feast and Resurrect and 2 other things in there for it.
Got it. I see it.
Before I just had what the spell name was and what book and what the page it was on. But I updated that.
That's cool.
Also,
The formula book is kind of a little bit of everybody as far as stuff, because it does have some magic items on it.
well, yeah, they're all magic items.
Yeah, someone who can craft magic items would be the person to get that.
So the ones in oil,
That's a potion.
the other ones are liquid. Okay.
Yeah, there's potions in that are still magic items.
Magic liquid.
Yeah.
Would you like some magic liquid stuff? First time.
So the new alchemical items, the crackling bubblegum.
Yeah, I saw that. It's basically looks like a Tanglefoot bag, but with like a little bit of sonic damage when you pop the bubble.
Necrotic bomb.
$250 gold. God damn.
Pyronite stick.
You're sitting here chugging literal freaking gold, bags of gold every day, Kruger.
Salamander elixir. And silver powder orb. Those are the 5 new items.
Damn. Raz can't do shit with any of those right now.
And if you scroll down to the bottom, the wyvern pieces parts are in there, including the eggs, and there's some information on the eggs you could read. What? Raz can learn the crackling bubblegum. It's level 9.
Yay, Galgrim actually learned things. He did it. So does Galgrim think that they'll hatch?
Provided they're kept warm and so forth for 3 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
That or they'll make a tasty omelet.
I want to name my breakfast.
And we can probably like parcel out some of the things in there to get it cleaned up a little right now.
If you wish. Also, if you go to the combat tracker, it's been updated. There is a Rebecca on the combat tracker, and there's a airship on the combat tracker.
Becca actually has more than 10 health. What? Where'd that health
She
come
leveled up.
from?
Where were those?
She ate the goblins.
There's 6 Rebeccas now.
6.2.
Mirror image. Work.
I really do
Mirror
like that ship name. Good job, Naughty.
Thank. Hey, half of that was your work. I just tweeted. And I'm like, it's got multiple levels of meaning as well too. Whether it's because you betrayed someone and you usurped the throne. This is your reward. Type.
Yeah.
Or we just read the manual and that's just what it was called.
Yep. Shh, don't tell them that's the factory name.
That's the factory name. What
So,
kind
question.
of inventor jargon?
What do you mean, what kind?
What innovation does she have?
None, yeah.
What the fuck, man?
You don't know anything about her? Shut up.
I don't know anything.
For the alchemical components and stuff like that we snagged from the vault, is that stuff that we can store in the tower that'll come back up each day, or is stuff that we have to carry with us?
He's in his
Like
room.
when we bring up the tower,
You
to
cannot
use
store stuff in the tower.
Okay, so it's got to be stored on somebody in a bag or chest.
Correct.
What is it called? What's that stupid chest I'm holding called?
Kruger's
Stupid
stupid
dumb chest.
chest.
Well, I've got a haversack. I was just probably going to throw the alchemical stuff into because I'm going to be the one using them anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wow, just take everything.
Do you want the wand of Pass Without a Trace? You can trick that, right?
I have to look at it again. As long as it's only 2 actions, I should be able to trick it.
It's 2 actions. Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll take 3
It's
actions to do it.
Yeah. Just because I already have the wand.
I feel like unless someone has a compelling reason otherwise, all the alchemical stuff goes to Raz.
I would agree. I would say the formula book should go to Zakara because it's mostly magical item crafting.
Is Zakara a magical crafter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's who made my rope climbing, man.
I did not know that at all.
She took it recently, like last downtime-ish, maybe, just before.
Yeah, I'll take the alchemical components.
I don't know why you've had some since like the first adventure you've never used.
What, the alchemical components?
Yeah.
I didn't know those were usable for crafting. I thought they were just part of like the generic loot we've been having. Like
They've been in your inventory forever, sir.
Well, then I've got more. I definitely intend to use them. Maybe I was just saving them for a rainy day. You don't know.
I do.
Maybe there just wasn't enough of them to make use out of them.
I think it's only like 5 gold worth, but back then that was a lot of gold for you.
Oh, that's right. I do remember those. Okay, so it was just because we didn't have any downtime to craft with. By the time downtime came, I probably forgot they existed.
Sorry, can you remind me for the rituals? I know you have to have like certain skills in order to be the primary, secondary, whatever. In the case that there is an actual secondary check that's required, does the person doing the secondary also have to know the ritual, or is it just the primary person knows the ritual and the secondary is just kind of mooching off that knowledge?
I believe they're just mooching.
I thought it was the latter, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the second one. I just wasn't 100% sure.
And just remember, to cast rituals, you do not have to be a caster. It is not magic based, it's more skill based.
Yeah,
Right.
I just don't have any of the skills of any of those things that are needed, so.
So the primary
thank
check
you,
for
baby.
religion expert would be... You're not
Kruger.
expert religion.
No, I'm only trained.
Well, you could probably change that pretty easily. But
No, he cannot.
I'm not sure we would want me to. Oh wait, never mind. It's a wisdom check. It'd be fine.
well, that's
You
I think
start
you're
making
you're
stuff.
the only option because who else even has religion trained other than
Yeah.
Zakara?
Me. because Valis wanted to make undead. I took it at the first level for
Who
religion.
else has it? Everybody else. except
I just have it as trained as well, though I don't have it as
Mine
expert
have
yet.
it.
Oh, it's not cut.
Which we're gonna need for resurrect eventually, unless I pick up raised dead next time around.
So someone needs to have it as expert, otherwise we can't do anything on it. Secondary check medicine, well, whatever. I can do that easily enough.
You don't have to have the like. How do you learn rituals? How does that work? Or is it just having the book? It's learning them, right?
I think you just need the book. It goes in just like a formula book, but for rituals.
Yep.
Okay.
So we have it. This is it. Anybody in our group can do it now. Any of these rituals, so long as they just qualify for doing them.
Yeah, the only thing that I don't think I could do would be the resurrect because I need to get the religion up one more level.
Yeah.
Everything else I'm good because occult I got expert.
Next level we get a skill increase, right?
At
Next
10,
level?
maybe.
I know we get a stat boost.
It's not every level.
Shush you.
Shut up, Rogue.
Why don't you invest in some religion?
I was gonna say, like, I don't have any problems investing in religion myself for a skill increase. I don't have a lot of choices as far as what to increase at this point, so
Yes, for the secondary, I think we got that covered for medicine and society. I think we got plenty in there.
wait, what is my? Oh, I only have a +1 in wisdom. Well, maybe they won't get resurrected. It's fine.
Mine's only +2 because
Mine will increase over time. Like I'm putting points into it every time we level, or every time it comes up, but it's only gonna come up, what, 3 more times?
every 5. So yeah, 10, 15, and 20.
Maybe I get some item that'll help out with that at some point. But either way, I'm happy for Glizzic to hold on to it. Like the only reason Kruger would ever be able to use it is once he gets religion expert.
Doesn't really seem like his MO to carry around a big book of rituals, though.
No,
And
run
depending
poetry
on how
now.
heavy it is,
Can I use it to beat somebody?
that's a bludgeoning.
Improvised weapon.
That's a bludgeoning.
I will give you a ritual beating.
I wasn't talking about like plus stat Zargan, I was talking about plus religion. That'll be fairly easy to come by. It can help increase my chances.
Yeah, Blizzard can have the damage ritual book. I'm fine with that. The formula book, I think, is more of a group thing anyway, because it's got a mishmash of different things. Runes mostly, but
Nope, I don't want it. Take it away from me.
I mean, we can keep it in the party loot.
What?
it's either a rune or a magic thing. So
Oh.
either Glizzic or Zakaro, if somebody had to hold it, but we just put
Runes are magical crafting themselves, though, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
And so if they're all magic items and runes are that, then give it to the magical crafter. My 2 cents. Also, I'll be right back.
2 copper pieces.
Well, there's also potions in there. Which we can do. There's an oil and a potion, which you can do oils too, right, Glizzic?
I don't.
Yes,
Is
I
there a
can do
potion?
oils and tonics. The top 2.
Oh, the liqueur.
One's
Yeah.
an oil and one's a liquid.
One of you can hold it just so we can clear out the party sheet, and then if one of you
So-
wants to do something with it.
Since Fable got up, can I throw my my hand in the fire for the Reaper's Toll? Nobody else using it. Where'd my axe go? Where's my dad's axe? Just, and you can see it behind Glizzic because he's holding it behind his back because
4
it's so
times taller than
big.
you.
I haven't seen it. I just found this thing.
This is Reaper's Bell, not Toll.
Yes, exactly. Just because we have the same religion, that doesn't mean everything that's Reaper is yours, man. I noticed that there's 14 saddlebags and each one gives you -2 weight. Can I just carry all those
No.
and float?
First of all, they're for mounts only, and these are only for horses, so
Maeve can ride on my shoulder.
I'm back.
not the same.
I took Rupert's toll while you were gone.
Yes,
Figured
as
out
in you
using-
took the blade through your neck, and then you no longer have a head.
I'm like, now that Fable's gone, I'll just like to throw my hat in the ring for that baby. Like you'd see it totally behind his back as he's walking around camp. What you do with?
Dragging it because you can't lift it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wiping out my tracks so no one falls behind. What else can we get rid of off the party sheet?
I mean, Kruger will obviously take Reaper's toll.
You can put it in the chest. So that Fun Boy can't resummon it or whatever until you can,
I think we're
invest.
already past that window.
Since we have extra horses, can we give one of them to the Gobbo boys? Because they've been good. Doesn't have to be now, just at some point.
No.
They didn't eat the horses. That's good though. I want to reward their behavior.
Boys,
With a horse to eat?
Mm-hmm.
if you turn the
don't eat
goblins
these
over, at least one of
swords.
them is female.
You gotta lift the tail up.
I will do no such thing.
Who wants to carry all the iron rations?
I figure the horses are.
I think Lizik.
At 0.015 each, I could probably do it.
All 243.
So heavy. Dude, do you
let's
really have to put them in your pockets? Uh-huh.
Damage ritual book to Glizzik. The diamonds will just stay in group loot.
The magical components just say that they're using magical crafting. That doesn't apply to potions and stuff. Give them to Zakara.
It sure does.
For both.
For either.
She's poor. Give it to her. I got money.
Or
Alright.
That way she can make stuff,
let's see. Elixir rejuvenations with me. Fresh animal rations. I can stay.
You guys can see whose name I have next to him, right?
Yes.
Yes, as
Okay.
you type it, it shows up.
I can take the. Did we need the green dragon blood for anything else, or am I just taking this for? Magic
We just
Dragon?
harvested to have it for stuff.
With me with the dragon turtle blood.
Kruger mentioned putting the green dragon skull as like the headpiece on the ship.
It hasn't been cleaned yet, though, has it?
Eh,
I think it's the skull. I don't think
It's-
it's been.
It
it
has-
still has. It's got scales and stuff still on it, and
Nope.
eyeballs and things.
No. It is a skull now instead of the head. I believe Lizik did it during the one day at the cat town.
Okay, I didn't know if we had finished it, but I did work on it. So we could just tie it up there at this point with a rope until we can actually fix it nice. So that's 4 bulk. We don't have to carry.
Yeah.
Till the rope breaks and falls while you're flying. It
These
shatters.
chains, they look better anyway. We just got to get some chains.
I feel bad for the farmer that lands on. Ah!
Skull's going on the boat. The dragon hide you're wanting, Glizzik, right? For crafting.
For making leather, yeah.
That
We'll make
goes-
something we can wear out of it, gloves or something.
The old hat of this
Fanny
guy.
pack.
I think I was willing to take it, but it was like a minute to cast or something like that. Right?
Yeah,
For
it's
what?
a 1 minute interaction to do it.
Also,
Eventually, I'm gonna get a spell that'll do the same thing if you wanted to.
Kruger's
Was it
demon
Zakara's from a
takes up the same spot as that, I believe, so you can't
Yeah.
use it.
I can take it if no one else wants it. And that'll be my 10th invested thing.
Sorry, what was it?
Your old hat of disguise.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I don't hear any complaints. I'll snatch it up until we
Cool.
think of something better to do with it. Maybe I can find some use for it. I can get into some trouble with this.
What? The talkie guy with illusion spells?
It's not baked into my blood. I didn't pick that kind of gnome.
He ain't no holler back no.
Rations in the group loot. I've got the life shot. Zakara's got the magical components. I've got the next freaking 3 things: the components and the bombs. Magical components rare to Zakara. Reaper's toll to Kruga. 15 riding horses. Just put them on Glizzik. I got the rusting ammunition. Saddlebags on horses. I got the salamander, the silver powder. Summoning spell scroll. This is that thing that'll summon something and we don't know what it is, right? Yeah.
Yep.
That probably stays in the group loot.
It's gonna be a demon or something.
Probably.
It's just
the
just
unknown-
a halfling druid rogue mage.
The unknown map I'll take, because that's the Matzir map I have to spend time deciphering. The Matzir scrolls I'll take to decipher. Spellbook.
I've had these for a long time.
I mean, we
Yeah.
can still identify these, right?
No, it's written in a different in an odd language. You guys can't make
Oh,
out
that's
what
probably
it is.
That was
Until we
probably
get like
out.
comprehend languages or something. Yeah, we're not gonna.
All right, then Wand of Pass Without Trace is me. Then the Wyvern eggs, poison, and stingers can just stay in the bag, right? I mean, the Wyvern eggs have to be out of the bag, but we can put them somewhere on the boat that's nice and warm, right?
Where would
Is
that
there
be?
somewhere on the boat nice and warm?
Nope.
Right
Kitchen.
behind the burners.
The afterburners.
We'll keep them in the kitchen. They'll be nice and warm. Fried pan.
Well, I mean, those are probably party loot at the moment anyway. Because I don't
All
think.
right,
anyone's
hold
gonna
on. I'm
return.
gonna send stuff to everybody.
All right, I'm gonna go throw my laundry in the dryer. I'll be right back.
Usually locks up a moment while it's divvying up stuff.
You just hear the sound of coins processing like it's a slot machine.
No, that would be the other button. Wow. All right, there it goes. No, the other button sells everything for half price, so gotta be careful which one you hit.
Well, we thinned it down a bit. That's
Yep.
yeah. I've only got 5 things for invested at this point. 4 or 5. So just count. Oddly, my staff does not count as an invested item.
It does not.
When you say fresh animal rations, is that rations for animals or animal
Yes.
like we
No.
killed stuff and
No, for the animals like hay and grain and stuff like that.
oats? Yeah. Goblin food. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so Kara and Galgrim have the least items attuned.
Oh, does it show you?
No, I have a list. And then Glizzik and Kruger are next, and then Raz is way at the top.
Now that he's maxed out, though, we could start getting it.
You can
The
now you can
rest
start
of us
taking
can
stuff,
start
yeah.
doing things.
Yep.
I have returned.
With more stuff.
He divvied everything up.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else you guys want to do with inventory, or shall we get back to the game and doing with the airship and trying to do with the horses?
Inventory was the only thing I wanted to do. I'm gonna head off. I'll catch you guys later.
Alright, cool.
Fable lives for bag management games.
There is actually a bag management game called Bag Hero. That seems really interesting. Sorry, Backpack Hero.
Why is that? Backpack Hero sounds familiar.
Yeah, it had another name at first called WoW.
They
It's
tested
actually closer to
Sackman.
like the
and
original Diablos. Sackman, they got in
Dungeon
trouble
Keeper.
because PlayStation has Sackboy.
Well,
So,
yeah,
Sackman.
Sackman is the grown-up version.
Sackman is actually just truck nut.
Alright. It is mid-afternoon, probably about 2 o'clock. You guys are at the ship. Kruger's up on the ship. Everyone else is kind of around the ship. There are 5 of you total, plus 5 goblins, plus a skull,
and
plus 15 horses. Rebecca is one of the 5.
So Galgrim is still here?
He's gone.
I
You
gave
guys
him a
got
note
up,
telling him
yep.
where to meet.
You guys turn around and he's just gone. No note, no nothing.
Galgrim, can you help with the horses?
You know, you never see Galgrim and Rebecca at the same time.
Not sure that's quite
I'm
true.
just saying.
We saw them together.
It's one or the other.
No, last session, Rebecca was supposedly with the horses when Galgrim was around you guys. So,
He came in as a bird, remember?
Glizik's
I
right.
distinctly remember. Walked them back into camp. We introduced them to Galgrim, who was basically elbows deep in some freaking wyvern giblets.
Are you sure it was really him and wasn't just Barney? They kind of look alike.
Glizzik in a wig.
like the female gremlin.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Well, we gotta get those horses up there, but I figure that's probably gonna be something people who are a little bit more nature inclined than I would take care of. I'm gonna concern myself with trying to figure out how to fly this thing because
You gotta make the damn crane that you said you were gonna make.
Make the crane. I was gonna look for a crane.
Do they have a ramp that we could, pull out to at least get
Nope.
them up on the ship?
There's no ramp. There's no crane. There are a couple rope ladders.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think the horse is going to use a rope ladder, but maybe some trees that we can just kind of like shave down a little bit, make into like a
How'd that go again?
makeshift ramp. That's my magical, power side.
I'm gonna pick up a horse and just start climbing up the rope.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do that, sir.
Horses are large. He's just grappling it.
Yeah, well, I know he could try to throw a horse. I'm just not sure if he could pick one up and carry it up the ladder.
Is there a cargo area in it?
There is a cargo area in the ship, but it's done from the top, and you don't have a crane.
I mean, they're only 12 bulk.
Only 12?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just set your other stuff down for.
Yeah, I mean, I can hold up to 14 bulk, so easy peasy.
That 114 bulk horse.
Sorry, one is kind of fat. He's 15. Sorry.
Guess
Sister
what?
Mary's horse.
Hey, goblins. We need you to take one bulk off this horse.
Distinctly remember Kruga's horse being pretty swole.
Oh, and then afterwards we can always heal the horse later.
All right. Takes you guys, mostly Kruga, about an hour to get these horses up there.
Wait, I'm actually doing that? Nice.
Sure. I'll be nice.
I advise you with nature's facts about the horses as you carry them.
Glizzik spends his time calming Glizzik rides the horse, while you're picking it up. You can barely do it. Good thing Glizzik doesn't weigh more than a bulk or two.
I'm 30 pounds. I'm just sitting there shushing and soothing the horse while you're carrying it up.
Takes Kruger about an hour to get them up there. Luckily, none of them react horribly, as in, kick holes in the ship or kick holes in the Goblin. Try to kick Kruger. But I'll say it takes you an hour to get them up there and into the cargo hold.
This mental image is so dumb. I love it.
We don't need a complicated plan. We just need a plan.
In order to actually climb the rope, Kruga, instead of having it like over his shoulder, he actually has it trapped beneath his legs and he's pulling himself up by the arm.
There you go.
I am the crane.
It's crane style, of course. He's a monk.
I hate you guys.
Oh no, I love it.
I believe every DM has said those words in some regard, as in, I hate you guys.
Yeah, a little.
Wow, this looks like we're missing a character at the top of the screen. Like there's maybe a snake. Oh, that's right. Never mind. Sorry. All right, you get the horses all loaded in on the ship. What are you doing?
Leave the goblins behind.
You could try. All 6 of them?
This is our starting army.
We're fucked then.
Amanda's coming over.
It's okay. We're going to pick up some hobgoblins, right?
That too. I've been reading Kingmaker. We need troops.
I figure it'll probably take some time, like everyone like familiarize themselves with the ship and like at least the time that Kruger like spent on his ship, he would kind of like point out the things that he thinks would need done, even though this isn't exactly like a boat and it doesn't seem to have sails.
So,
And then once Raz looks it over and figures out something different, he can go from there.
Okay.
What am I looking at? Is there like a bridge you have to go to with like a control panel or something, or is there
There's a
stick
wheel.
shift? Is it automatic or manual?
It's a wheel.
It's not what I asked.
Let me see.
I do manual. It's just been a minute, so it might be a little rocky until I get the feel for it.
Did that pop up for you guys?
I assume it's still loading, but I just got a blank white. There it is.
Oh.
Yep.
That's the map I'm using at the moment for the ship. I think it might be a little bit bigger than yours, but it'll work until I can find a better one.
Still looks
So-
pretty good.
She said, "This looks like the view from the front." Yes. She's thick.
Like I said, there is a pilot area up towards the front of the ship. You see the wheel up front. It does require some other crew to help do various things on this ship to help it like turn and steer and so forth. So has anyone been on a ship before besides Kruga?
Aren't we all on the ship?
We were all on a
Crew of a ship. I hate you.
Yeah, I do believe that Noxie and I were both on. Oh,
I think Noxia probably had the best claim being part of the ship after a while.
yeah. I mean, I was doing knots and ropes and all kinds of stuff on a ship.
I'm not sure that's what Raz meant by being part of the ship.
It's a process. You got to learn to walk before you run, Zargan.
Ah, gotcha.
I think the answer is no across the board, other than Kruga.
Unless you count like snowmobiles, but hey, whatever. It's just a big wagon in the sky. That's all, right? Instead of a big wagon in the water. That's how I understand it.
Not quite. Goddamn dogs downstairs barking like crazy. But alright. So who's gonna fly it and where are you headed?
I'm going to try to fly it, because I think I had the best check for all those applicable ones, right?
I think crafting is probably gonna be our best bet across the board.
What were the checks, Sargon?
Wow.
Vehicle rules, piloting.
Arcana, crafting, nature, or piloting lore?
I have none of the above.
I will certainly appreciate someone assisting, at the very least. Because a 32 is still a pretty good chance to fail at our level.
I think Glizig probably has the next best crafting.
Yeah, we don't get anything that gives us, like, straight crafting bonuses.
Yeah, like
Nope.
the eyepiece I have and stuff like that.
Yeah, just
Nope.
something that gives bonus to the skill itself, not specifically what you would do with the skill.
Correct.
All right, so
Are the crew making checks or?
No, but there are modifiers if there's not enough crew. I don't think the rules say that, but I don't see why there would be crew if you don't have. I mean, there has to be enough
like
modifiers.
a required crew.
Yeah.
Can't limp this thing in Jack Sparrow style.
You can try, definitely, but I mean, you're not gonna be. Even if you were highly skilled in this, you're not gonna be, flying it all around, doing loops and shit without
barrel
crew.
roll.
You could do a barrel roll if you wanted to.
I think we need Glizig to command one of the other goblins. At least because we only have one of us pilot, and then we have 3 people.
Well, Rebecca could help.
Oh yeah.
She has crafting. She's not as good as Raz.
That's why she's not piloting.
I know.
but we basically need a goblin in order to, or a goblin or two in order to be temporary crew.
They can work in
Well,
ship.
I mean, it's only one person piloting at a time, so either one of us could do it, and the other ones could order the other crew guys around. Do you speak Goblin, Raz?
Do you speak Goblin? I've heard all
There you
that.
go.
I've heard all that shit you've been saying.
Question: the front of the ship, Zargan, how high is the rail?
What do
I'm
you
just
mean the
asking
rail?
if we need the on the prow of the ship.
Can we see where we're going? Can we see over the
Can
steering wheel?
can the 2 to 3 foot goblin and gnome see past the wall of the front of the ship so we know where to steer?
You
Or do we
cannot
need
see
boxes to
over
stand?
it, no, but you can see through the wheel.
New crate? We can stand on a crate or steering the ship.
Can't work under these conditions. We need a milk crate nailed it right here.
We have one of the goblins bent over on all fours for us to stand on the entire time.
And then when he gets tired, they swap out, right?
Swap out, new goblin. Just nail him to the deck.
All right. Everyone gets on. You guys take positions. Is anyone helping Raz fly the ship, or is everyone being crew?
Do we need more than one to fly it?
I think
Need?
Rebecca
No.
was going to help.
I was thinking she might be crew.
Because we still need the crew situation thing too, right? 'Cause
Yep.
There's 4 of us, and then Rebecca
You
makes
need
5.
1 pilot and 5 crew.
Yeah, so even if nobody helps, we're still 1 short before we start subbing goblins.
Yeah, maybe Raz doesn't get a help. Rebecca can be crew, and if something in Matt's ear pops up, she can translate it, I guess.
I don't
She
know if
doesn't speak it.
She doesn't know Matt Spears.
Nope.
Stuff. I did that after I had to run off.
Well,
I did that to try to figure out more about this rune. It's all me. I'll be holding a seminar down below during off time. Teach people Matt's ear.
So is there going to be a difference if we have 1 goblin and Rebecca versus 2 goblins and no Rebecca? As far as like a DC or something? I don't.
Are we working with a goblin penalty?
Yeah.
well,
I know what you're getting at.
technically, none of you except maybe Kruger is trained to help with a ship. And if you add goblins into helping, at this point, they're probably more hindrance than they would help.
So, can we fly it with only 4?
You can fly with only the pilot if you want.
What does the crew do?
I'm not 100% sure on this ship, but they would like tend to things. There's probably there's not like sails, but there's probably some like cloth like wing parts and stuff that they would pull in and out, and stuff like that. Maybe a
On the power source. There's a power source on this thing, right?
yeah,
So
it's
the arcane crystal.
Yep.
Would I be able to give basically everyone, like including Raz before you go off, kind of like how things run on a ship?
Yeah. You want to spend some time, you can give them a crash course.
Yeah, like just kind of a crash course and be like, okay, this is what it is. Like this is what this means. Blah blah. Kind of get everyone on the same page.
Yep. Okay, you spend an hour doing training for the party. Rebecca, the goblins are kind of there. I mean, they're there, half paying attention.
Is there anything that Raz or I would see, like between our combined knowledge of whatever this bullshittery is, like, and like he would see the bullshittery, I would see, okay, these are like sailing techniques that we might be able to put a goblin in front of and say, if this happens, do this, like type thing, or not really?
You can, but like I said, they're goblins, untrained goblins. They might be more hindrance than help. Even if it's if I yell, you do this. If I yell, you pull. So Kruger yells and they push.
Push them off the fucking boat.
All 6 of them.
That's fine. I'll just keep the crash course to it, and then I guess we'll just do it with 4 people,
Okay.
unless
I'll-
someone thinks otherwise.
All we have to do is give each goblin a different job, and then you just point to the one you need.
And then we have half a dozen goblins asleep at their job.
Then you have them arguing over, no, I want to do it. No, I want to do it. Yeah. But all right, you spend an hour, Kruger, going over stuff. Raz kind of explains a little bit from what he knows of how this might work.
Crystal's the important part.
And
Boat
you
sky,
guys,
this thing goes, we fall.
oh yeah. So make sure that's where you cast your dispel magic on Glizzic, on
I'd like
on the
Kruger.
crystal.
Is it like a singular crystal, or are they like multiples in different locations? Like, are they in essence like the propellers, or is it just like a singular power source that keeps this thing afloat, like in a chamber?
There are a total of 5 crystals. A large one, about the size of one of those eggs, on the ship. And then if you look at this picture, I'll pop it up, bring you guys to it. At each spot where those like those things go out to touch that fiery ring is another crystal.
Okay. Like on the outer rim or on the
Outer.
part of the boat? Oh,
So no one needs to worry about that, but there are multiple gems, or crystals.
so the one that's actually on the boat is the important one that we can do
Yep.
much about without having to fly.
Wow. Yes, unless one of the other ones gets damaged.
Freaking birds.
Birds bring down giant planes, man.
Oh yeah. So I'll let Kruger know that as well. It's just basically this is this particular piece here is the reason we are staying in the sky. So this one is important. We should not let anything happen to this one. It's what makes us fly. Otherwise, we're just a boat.
I'm on a
a boat that doesn't look like it do too well in the water.
I'll look over at Glizzic. Like, cause the crystal's like fairly like noticeable, like out in the area, right?
Hold on. Damn you people.
Is it like in an engine room? Is it on full display out on the deck of the ship?
No, it's not on display. It has like its own room.
Okay.
Yeah, so if Kruger's giving us the crash course on boat stuff, then I'll give him because I know Kruger pretty much glazes over the moment you get into technical terms, a very, very remedial version of the things on my end.
Technical's too big of a word. Glazed over already.
This is why we're in the air. This needs to not go away.
Got it. He grabs it and throws it overboard.
This goes away, we fall.
I'll spend some time and figure out exactly what the different crew positions are.
Right.
Probably 1 or 2, if or so, will be tending to the gem. Maybe it gets hot or something, or I'm not sure yet. But
does it have like a heat source? Is it giving off a residual?
You're asking way too many questions that I don't have answers for at this point.
I am a very curious gnome.
I understand it, and next session I will have more answers for you.
Given something from an age long past that he spent a decade researching into, at least.
Yep.
Do the goblins know that this is here?
Now what's here?
The crystal.
Of course they followed whoever's going into the rooms. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll turn around and say, Glizzic, tell those goblins if they so much as enter this room, much less touch this crystal, that I will use their arms and make them sticks that I will shove up their ass and use as a puppet.
Blizzard thinks a moment, turns to the goblin, slaps them all in the head to get their attention, and then tells them using the goblin language, which has so many horrifying words. I'll tell that instructions, but I embellish it and make it even more horrible.
Okay.
Just to try and scare them. Intimidation,
Go ahead and roll me an intimidation.
32, not bad.
I thought I saw a 2 coming. I was like, well, we're about to have a demonstration on our hands.
Well, one goblin has like a plus 29 will save, so you didn't get them all. Because he's not really a goblin. It's the green dragon's mate. Shape change.
Underestimate.
Oh, good. I have a skull that I can put on the back of this thing now.
Right.
Wait, we're not gonna headlamp them? Headlight?
All right. You guys spend your hour of training. Everyone gets to positions. The goblins are kind of dejected that they're not allowed to come in and play with the slightly glowing crystal.
Stress that part.
And so they all go up on deck with Raz.
I mean, they can do whatever they want to. There's just certain things that'll happen if they do so.
Only if Kruger catches them. Yeah, I understand. At some point, at least one of those fuckers is going in there.
Into the crystal.
Well,
Into the crystal room, definitely.
Oh,
Well,
don't
into the
touch
crystal
it.
too. Maybe he'll be touching it.
I told them not to touch it. There's a reason. He's in the crystal now.
The
It's a
goblin
soul
banging
gem.
at it from inside.
That's what powers this thing. Souls. No one ever likes to hear.
And
about
you
that
just
shit.
tarnished it with goblin souls. You go slower now. All right, Raz. Go ahead and make me a crafting check. What are you trying to do first? So you're on there. You're getting ready to go. What are you doing? You flying straight? You going up? What's the plan here?
Well, flying straight would probably land us into the trees because we're
Eventually,
something on the
yes.
ground, right? Yeah. We're gonna go up a little. Just baby steps. Go up, then go. Stand
Okay.
up, then walk.
Gotcha.
It
Run,
goes vertical.
then get up. Gotcha. Roll that crafting.
All right.
Zargan, I did say that I wanted to tether myself to the ship just in case we do roll or something.
Okay.
And it would be wise for the others to do so as well if we have enough rope.
I feel like I wouldn't know if I'm being successful or not, so I'll take it. I feel like when you're just learning how to fly a new piece of ancient technology, there's probably going to be some turbulence. I'll take it.
All right. So the ship's sitting here like hovering. Raz gets up there. He yells, "You ready?" And and you
I
go.
get it. I promise nothing until I get the hang of it.
All right.
What did he say?
I need everyone except for Raz to make me a reflex save.
I'm just making sure everyone's awake. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Christina. Hi, Chibolina.
Oh my god, that was almost a 1.
That was for somebody.
At least he's tied to the ship, right?
I am tied to the ship.
All right. As you guys are getting ready, expecting Raz to take it nice and easy, the ship launches itself up like straight up, about 100 feet. Everyone except for Glizzik kind of stumbles a little bit, but maintains your standing. Glizzik face plants into the gem, bounces his face off it, and then falls down.
I would like to add that I probably puked on it as well too, from the sudden motion.
That's
So-
fine.
Banged into it everywhere, all over I'm assuming no one can really see me in the gem compartment.
Well, depends on where everyone's at, but okay. I don't know if you're in there by yourself or not.
I felt like everyone would have come up to the top to see them take off, or maybe not. Maybe that's not a smart thing to do.
Anyways, it's a horrible mess. I'm covered head to toe and just awful looking, and I'm just gonna start prestidigitation to clean it all up the mess as much as I can, so no one else notices.
Kruger walks in. I thought I said any goblin.
grabs Raz. I
Perhaps
mean,
I was
grabs
not
Glizzy
clear.
by the scruff, rips his arm off.
Turns him into a puppet with his own arms.
Yep. All right, all right,
To, like,
Raz. You
lurch
kind
up,
of you
yeah.
kind of stumble as well as you go flying up. You're about 100 feet up in the air now.
My bad. It's very responsive.
Where are you trying to fly to?
Hobgoblin camp, I believe, is where we settled on. Slow and steady.
I might go ahead and tie myself to something at this point.
We were going straight up last time. Now, if we go forward, we might be losing people.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea.
All right, you guys tying yourselves up.
Yeah.
How about the goblins? Is anyone trying to make sure the goblins are secure or not?
Fuck no.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think we should tie the goblins to each other.
All right, all 6 of them are tied together in the gem room. Got it.
I don't know what's the
Alright.
airborne version of seasickness.
Air sick.
Airship sickness now.
It's motion sickness.
Well,
Start weaving little baggies to puke into,
I
Yep.
just want a grappling hook so I can like worlds adrift off this thing.
right?
oh, worlds adrift.
Kruger just goes chickens fly together.
All right. We're
All
gonna try to
right,
make our way
you
to the
got.
Hobgoblin
Are
camp.
you going up higher, or is 100 feet up enough?
I mean, that gets us clear of the tree line.
Oh,
the
yeah.
tree area, right?
Yep.
I think for now that's good because if I fuck this up and we gotta fall, I would rather we not fall. A quarter mile. Let's wait till I'm more.
Well, if you go about another 50 feet up, then you're guaranteed to kill the goblins.
Tempting, but let's figure out how to go.
Get to a
Alright.
certain altitude, just
So we'll go higher once I kind of get the feel for up and straight forward.
All right.
Do a barrel roll.
For the next couple hours, you guys head south. There are spats of time where you're cruising, nice, easy sailing. Other times where you're thunk, 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 as Raz is trying to get the hang of this. The rest of you are doing things to try to see what happens when you're doing your jobs. So some things help, some things hinder. It's kind of a learning experience at the moment.
Very importantly, does Kruger ever see one of the goblins in that room?
There's a goblin in there right now. He's all blue.
Besides Glizzik.
Oh, no, not
Okay.
yet.
Well, we'll hear when it happens. Blizzik's just in there charging up a Horizon Thunder Sphere for the first goblin to walk in.
All right, about 4 hours go by, and you're still heading south.
What's the speed? Faster than when we were on the ground, right?
Yes, it is 50 feet in action, basically.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Horses are 40. You guys are 25, except when you're with a Galgrim, which I think then you're 20. So you're a little bit faster. You estimate it'll take you about a day to get to where the hobgoblins are. So about 8 hours of travel.
That's fine.
So you got about 4, and it's starting to get dark. Do you wish to stop, or you wish to push on?
Question: where in relation? Because I forget. Where's the cat village in relation to the hobgoblin camp?
It was like
I don't know. If only you had a map.
It was like a 4-hour walk away, I believe. Hey, look, a map.
I know. If only you had one.
A map, a map, a map.
So in the middle of the Grey Forest, right next to the G, there's the village of Catnip, and about half a day's walk to the east is where that hobgoblin stuff is.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't too far. So we can even swing back by Catfolk Town.
So the question is, it is getting dark. Do you continue on in the darkness, or do you stop and hold up for the night?
you want to swap out for someone with dark vision, or you take that as a taunt?
Well, the dark vision thing I can solve myself. I can just whip up a dark vision elixir and chug that, and I'm good to go. But either way, I've been driving for 8 hours now. You said, Zargan? Full day travel
For 4.
for 4. So I could go another 4 and get us there at night. I guess it depends on what Kruga wishes to do. Do you wish to get there? Is Kruga up here with us, or is Glizzy? I thought Glizzy was in the crystal room. Wow, I really
He
shifted
is.
some stuff up around here.
No one's really close to you other than the goblins, Raz.
Have they just been staring at me the last 4 hours?
Trying to help you with the wheel, and you smack them or kick them away, and
I mean, I can
stuff
speak
like that.
goblin. I feel like I can definitely spook a goblin. The wheel is mine. If they're actually up here, I'm gonna see if they can do something very simple. I'm gonna send 2 of them. Yeah, 3 of them. I'm gonna send 3 of them to go get Kruga, and because I don't want to have them ask the question because it's going to get telephoned out.
Okay.
Just go get Kruga, and
They start heading back to get Kruga. 2 of them stop and start arguing over who's gonna go and get him. I'm gonna get him. No, I'm gonna. No, he sent me. Then they start wrestling and fighting on the deck, while the third one just continues on.
I think that's why I went with 3. I was just like, they're gonna get distracted or something.
Couple minutes later, Kruga comes back up with the goblin, and the other 2 are on the ground, still arguing, biting each other. No real damage to them, but typical goblin pranks.
And looks like we're about 4 hours out, Kruga.
Oh, hold on a second. Kruga, do you speak goblin?
No,
Well, they don't speak anything you speak.
they're racist.
They are. They don't like orcs.
Language barrier with the goblin.
So Kruga, roll me a society.
I thought they spoke common. Oh well. It's just more fun for Kruga.
They speak a few words of common. It takes him a few moments to pantomime to you and say a few words in that for you to understand that you're supposed to come with him.
Goblin sign language.
The gnome wants you.
The gnome.
The other short one.
Gnomes. I will follow the stupid goblin.
So when Kruga shows up, and we're about 4 hours out, Kruga. You wish to show up at night, or would you rather save it for daytime?
How confident are you at flying this thing at night?
I'll use my last quick alchemy reagent and whip up a dark vision elixir and chug it. A lot more confident than I was 6 seconds ago.
And we have 4 hours of travel without being exhausted or anything. Right, Zargan?
What was that?
We have the ability to travel 4 hours without being exhausted, correct?
4 more, yes.
Okay. And then I'll just say, if you feel it is within your power, then do so. We need to get Sakara back.
All right, onward we go then. Because now I can see. And then if there's some hobgoblin shenanigans down there, we can just airdrop an orc. Onward we go, Zargan.
All right, Raz, make me a paladin check. Make me that crafting check.
Oh boy. I am progressing slightly.
Yep. You know your camera's off, right, Naughty?
No, I was trying to do finagling
Porn?
posting stuff. No, I was trying to post stuff in general, and it switched to channel.
Ah.
So I probably reset when I switched.
Yep.
I will keep it. I don't know if we're hitting like some turbulence or something. Maybe that's the first experience I'll have with that. I don't know, but I'll keep it. I don't think I'm
All right.
comfortable enough to know if I'm doing good or not yet.
All right. You continue on. The sun goes down, gets dark. Some stars come up. Look, Ogren stars. And you guys travel for another 4 hours.
Those goblins ever figure out who was going to go get Kruga? And did they actually go get Kruga?
No, they did not. They stopped fighting though and wandered off to do something else.
I now have 2 less goblins up here.
They take turns spitting over the side, peeing over the side. You know, typical goblin things. Same thing you've seen Glizzic do many times.
All right, I'll get us there.
Grill? Alright. Now I want you to make me a survival check, Raz.
Survival. I'm not good at this.
Survival is your navigation.
We picked the wrong person for this one.
Doesn't help that it's at dark.
I'm gonna hero point that one. Dark. I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, forgot to actually click the thing. Double click this. I'll take a 15. That's as good as that's gonna get with a -1.
All right. About 4 hours goes by, and you slow the ship down to a stop. You know, kind of, and then just jam on the brakes. You know, kind of like your first time you drive a car.
Yeah, when you're in a new car and you got to get a feel for the brakes.
Yep.
Probably send a couple goblins sprawling out somewhere. Send Glizzic right into that crystal again.
All right, and now the airship has stopped. You believe you're over the rough area where the Hobgoblin camp is.
Take a peek over the edge just to make sure, and these hills kind of look familiar.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a different world without color, you know.
It's definitely different, different view from above. You notice you are off a little bit, but you can see where the clearing is and what possibly could be the walls of the palisade and like the hills and that behind it.
I mean, if I could see the palace, yeah, close enough. At this point, like, some too far away to be shot at, probably.
Yeah.
Good enough. I'll take it for my first just parallel park up here.
Okay. And then start bombing goblins.
Right. Who else is around? Figure we probably should set up a watch.
Once you stop for more than like 5 seconds, I'm assuming the rest of the party kind of filters back up on deck.
Yeah, when it came up once I felt the stop and whatever duties were done.
Spilled your ale a little.
Is it safe to untie ourselves?
Wow. I'm not even gonna respond.
We're not on the ground, right?
Nope, we're still in the air. Park here until morning. But I think I can see the palisade from here. The area looks familiar. If we're not right at it, we're close. We probably should have someone watching the wheel overnight, though. I've been, the goblins were very curious of the wheel. I had to slap a few of them away over the course of the trip. I'm not sure I would trust them to leave it alone.
It's fine. I'll just unhook the crystal.
Don't touch the crystal. Don't touch the wheel. Just don't touch anything.
When I come up, can I look around and check and make sure we're kind of where Raz says we were?
Yeah, make a perception.
He's better at that than me.
Oh no, that's initiative. I need to go to the skills.
I can drive. I don't know where I'm going. I just go. It
takes you a minute to kind of realize where you're at in the different view. But yeah, it looks like you're, probably a quarter mile off from where the Hobgoblin camp is, and roughly 100 feet up.
Nailed it.
All right. And we're just like floating in the air
Yep.
at the moment.
At the moment.
Can try to land if I. So is that fiery ring? Is it like illuminating? Are we like a big beacon?
A little bit.
And we definitely are. Because if it's nighttime.
But you notice, as you've stopped, and you've been stopped for a minute or two, the fiery ring is really dim.
Oh, that's cool.
So it seems like as you're moving, it gets brighter.
The ring is the exhaust. That's the heat sink.
But it would have probably been very easy to see us like going through the sky if anybody was paying any sort of attention at all.
A light in the sky. Aliens.
Yeah, you're only 100 feet up.
UFO.
Mhm.
It's a meteor swarm.
You're only about one raz high.
So, how does this airship work? Does it need to be powered up, or does it have unending power to stay in the air?
Do I have any inclination of their old power sources? Were they kind of like self-sufficient? Did they have to be, or is this just like they figured out some form of power generation that's beyond us and we haven't quite figured it out?
You really have no idea.
Not quite sure actually. It's technology well beyond our era. It's
I mean, if it's magical, it's probably it'll last for a long time.
yeah. But the fact that it even works after this long is a testament to its ability. But I cannot say for sure if it's limited or no one's really had the chance to really work with it for so long. We're flying a real, we're flying a hell of an artifact here. So I don't know, and the prospect excites me.
How hard would it be closer to get to the goblin camp?
Difficult to say. I could try to get it a little closer. Landing might also be a bit of a. Haven't done that one yet. It's all new territory.
Well, I'd rather get close and make my intentions with the camp known before they send people out to start attacking my vessel.
All right, I'll see what I can do here. I'll hop back on the wheel. Wouldn't mind an extra set of eyes to kind of tell me. It's difficult to see past the helm there. That was the word, yes?
Yes.
So I will try to get us closer. Now, do you want me to get us close enough to just hover over it, or do you want to actually land next to this place?
I want to land next to it.
And we're going in for a landing on that big-ass clearing they made. So I remember you specifically stated there's a big-ass clearing that they're in.
There
so they
is.
can't see anyone coming.
Yep.
The old ass clearing.
Ass clearing. I'm going to aim for that, and then we're going to try to land and see how many people I accidentally throw overboard.
All right, you guys going back to your spots?
Only a quarter mile off, right? Shouldn't take
Or are
too
you
long.
staying up top?
I'll go back to my spot.
Yeah, we kind of need to make sure we're getting the kinks worked out.
You guys still tying yourselves up?
I do need someone up here to kind of.
You got
Eyeball
5
them right
goblins.
Is there like a box or something we can put there so you can actually see over it?
Well, I
You
think
can
the
find,
properly.
yeah.
I think the issue is like just the helm is so far out in front of me that it's kind of like it's hard to see where you're going exactly. Like when you're trying to.
Well, I mean, you can see straight ahead, but you can't see down at all.
Right. So just have someone there at the side saying, "Yeah, we're pretty much there," or "Hey, don't land right here. You'll take out half the wall."
I mean, that'd be part of like something you would do
Crew.
like as a crew member anyway. So
figure this is probably why I made that survival check, because I didn't have anyone there to tell me where the fuck I was going.
Well, yeah, on the ship you have someone there plumbing the depths, so you can see whether you're about to run into shores and stuff.
Basically having to eyeball it from a position where it's not easy to eyeball. Right. So is anyone gonna help me on that end? Am I just doing we're just rolling this thing in?
I mean, as long as
Oh.
it doesn't take away from the crew, I can help.
That
don't
could
know
be
why.
a crew spot.
I don't know why Zakara's so afraid. If we kicked her off this ship, she'd probably survive.
That's true.
We're
I
only
can
100
help.
feet up. I'd survive. I can help out because I have experience with boats at least. So I have a general idea of what to look out for.
Don't drive here, you'll hit the reef.
All right, so are you guys tying yourselves back down to the ship?
They can do what they want. I will say though, probably for the landing at the very least. Don't know how rocky that's gonna get.
As long as I can do my job unimpeded, then yes. If not, then no.
Probably not, because you might have to run back and forth to both sides of the ship to get better views.
That's fine. Then I will not do it.
How about Glizzik and Zakara?
I'm tying myself down, assuming I'm doing crystal duty.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll tie myself down.
Okay. All right. You guys, Raz takes you in and tries to come down for his first landing. You know, landing the plane's much harder than flying it.
This is gonna be great. What do you want?
A piloting check, of course.
Right.
I'd like to be able to fly it again in the future. That's what I want.
Do I have help from Kruga spotting me? Can he make is he able to do an aid check of some kind?
No,
Son of a bitch.
but I'm not going to give you a penalty because you can't see.
Woo!
I'm gonna stick with it. It's probably a higher DC for landing, I don't know, but I'm gonna stick with it. The theme
Alright.
has been first time, so no rerolls.
You guys are all doing your jobs, expecting to hear a loud, like a, ah! And then like a sudden fall, then a big crash. But in a couple minutes, before before it takes you a minute or so to even realize that you've stopped. Except for Raz and Kruga, you guys know you're like like 2 feet above the bottom's, like right above the ground, like you were before. If you want to toss out the rope ladders, you can climb right on down, Kruga.
Permission to land like a dainty butterfly.
You did.
Nice.
I am going to. So, like, when the rings lit up, like, how much of the ship does it like illuminate? Is it just like the rear part of it, or like you can kind of see the entire thing, especially if you're as close as the hobgoblins would be?
Well, hobgoblins have dark vision,
Yeah.
so they'd be able to see it even in without the ring.
Okay.
Now, I'm
So-
assuming you were landing outside the palisade. You weren't trying to land inside, correct?
That is where I would have navigated him to. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. From what you could tell, there's been no reaction from the camp.
So, how tall is the ship?
The top of the ship?
Yeah, from like the ground right now.
I so hate you.
Well, not the very top, like deck that we're on.
Like if he jumps off, how much damage is he looking at?
You're probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 feet up.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll kick the railing down and I'll start heading down.
Okay.
Not the railing, but
The rope ladder.
Do
Kruger's
it-
over there
like-
kicking all the rails off.
From up there, do I see any movement from inside the camp?
Nope.
Fucking assholes. I'm gonna climb down. I'm gonna start like going inside.
All right. Anyone else leaving the ship other than Kruger just going off on his own? Because that's what he does. Split the
Is
party.
there a way to lock the door for the crystal?
No. Doesn't mean you can't put a lock on that door at some point. There just is not.
Okay.
Because who would be in there messing around?
I do have a lock. It is crappy, but it came with my starting.
I was gonna say maybe Zakara can watch the crystal.
No, you can't just put a lock on it. It's not like there's a latch thing. You have to put a lock. Like you have to do some crafting and put one on. It's not
I
just
have
like
manacles.
yeah. There's nothing pneumatical like, you know what I mean? There's not
I'm
like
thinking
little latch and stuff where you could lock it at.
I mean, Glizzik, if you want to go with Kruga, Zakara and I can watch the ship.
I just didn't want anyone messing with it. You understand? All right.
Right.
I will
Hey, he has
go down the rope ladder.
Okay.
a translator and his hype man. And
So
then the
Glizzik
people
and
who
Kruga
are-
head to the camp. Zakara and Rebecca and Raz will watch from the ship.
Yep. I'll keep an eye over the edge just to make sure. I'm mostly just here to make sure the goblins aren't fucking with the wheel while we're not looking.
Okay.
Because
What are you doing,
kind of-
Zakara?
I will take over Crystal Guard duty.
Okay. Are you like staying in the room or are you going to be outside the door?
I'll be outside the door
Okay.
as long as I
Yep.
make sure no one's in there first.
Yeah.
When I was like up top, because I could see over the palisade, because the palisade was only like 15 feet up, right?
Correct.
Was the body of the dragon still inside?
No.
Okay.
All right. Rebecca's up on deck with Raz. They're kind of chit chatting that. Zakara, as you set up station by the door, in front of the door, like on guard duty, a goblin comes by, kind of comes down there and goes, "Ah, do you speak Goblin?"
Yes.
Oh well, he doesn't talk to you. He's like, "Fuck! I didn't think anyone would be here." He turns around and leaves. He just like mutters it. About 5 minutes later, another goblin, a different one, shows up. Pretty much the same thing. Over the next about half hour, about 8 goblins have come down there to try to get in.
8.
But yeah, you're several of them more than once, but some of them you really can't tell them apart yet. They've been there 8 times total to come down there, and like every time they seem to be surprised that someone's there.
After the first couple times, just for fun, Zakara is going to start throwing daggers right at their feet to stop them.
Just for fun.
They screech out loud, yell, and run away. Saying then one says he's being hunted by a giant ferocious beast. Glizzik and Kruga, you guys going over the wall or going around to the gate?
No, I'd go to the gate.
All right. Gates are open. Not like wide open, but they are open.
Don't see any like guards or anything.
Nope. You
Is it
guys
tracks
go
to the
in.
ground?
No, it's been too long. You don't see anything. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. You go ahead and roll me a survival.
Perception?
Survival. Survival is tracking. See, all you guys keep wanting to do all this shit whenever Galgum's not here, and he's the only one that has survival.
I
I
think
have
it's
survival.
I think it's
Oh.
when we want to do these, that's when Galgrim leaves.
Either way, Glizzik looks around. You don't see any tracks, Glizzik. At least nothing that
Zero.
comes new. I mean, you still see the faded ruts where they brought the wagons in from before, and so forth, but nothing that even looks remotely fresh. Are you two going in?
Yeah.
All right, you go in, and the place looks deserted. No fire going, no noise, nothing moving around.
Like because the big like campfire bonfire thing's still in the same spot, right?
Oh yeah,
Does it look like it's been used any time since we've left?
doesn't look like it. You've been gone probably about a little less than like two weeks.
But the dragon's body isn't here.
No, it is not.
Kruger's just gonna yell out, "Is anybody here?" Just at the top of his lungs.
In what language?
What were we talking before?
You had to use common with these guys, but I think I was using Goblin.
Yeah, because they spoke common. Yeah, so I'll just yell out in common.
No answer.
I'll kind of just like gesture for Glizik to do the same thing.
All right, I'm going to use the megaphone to shout it nice and loud in Goblin.
Okay. A little bit of a reverberation from the cave area, but nothing.
The mystery is why the dragon's gone.
I guess I'll go look inside the cave then.
All right, you guys go in there. Where are you heading in the cave? You searching the whole cave area, or?
Well, the small area was to the left where the goblins were.
Correct.
But the
No,
right
I mean
side was
human
the
size
bigger
can
area
fit
with
through
the
there, but
horde.
it's definitely not a dragon.
Well, like the main, there's a main vein that goes all the way back, but then there's like offshoots where they had like most of the slaves and stuff, right?
Correct.
I mean, we'll check the offshoots as we're heading back.
All right.
And I'll go check the offshoot and I'll have Glizik stay in the main tunnel so he can alert me if someone's trying to come past us while we're down one of them. Or I'm down one of them.
All right. Is that good with you, Glizik?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because they're not that deep, right?
No.
It's very...
10 or 15 minutes, you could have this whole place searched.
Yeah.
All right, you guys spend your 10 or 15 minutes. No one's here. No sign of that anyone's been here since you guys left.
Maybe they just started running when the dragon was attacking us and just kept running.
Bunch of cowards.
Raz and Rebecca, during this time, you've seen multiple goblins come up on deck, look over, see you guys there, and then leave. And then about a half hour now that they've been Glizik and Kruger have been gone, the goblins are off to the side, all 5 of them, talking in whispers.
Do I get the feeling that they're getting a little antsy over there?
All right, Glizik and Kruger, what are you doing?
I'd want to, if we didn't see anything, then I'd want to go outside and I'd want to look around where the dead dragon's body was and see if I can figure out what happened to it.
Okay.
I will follow.
Go ahead and roll me some survival checks.
I'm going to re-roll that.
All the hero points are going to be gone before the fight starts.
The Kruger, dirt. Sometimes Glizik talks to dirt. Dirt is used to be walked all over, just like Glizik.
All right. As you guys are looking around, Glizik's playing in the dirt. Kruger, you noticed it does look like possibly bits of the parts of the dragon were dragged away. And you're kind of like, what? And then you notice there are some fresh, not like, today or nothing, but fresher wagon tracks near where the dragon was that weren't there last time you guys were through.
I'm assuming they lead out of the camp?
Yes.
But they look like they might be like a couple days old, potentially.
Like a week old or so.
It's the cat folk. Because they know we killed the dragon.
We need to follow these tracks and find out where they went.
But we're not sure it's the hobgoblins. Because they'd be wearing boots. I mean, you can't really tell it's them. Could be anybody that happened upon this place that just said, hey, dragon, let's take it with us.
I mean, they would have had to like had boots on the ground in order to like see it as a kind of like match like the older stuff that was here when the hobgoblins were around, or
What stuff?
like when they were dragging away, they can't. I mean, I'm presuming they didn't like magically lift up this stuff and like chop up the parts or whatever it was. Like they had to have literally had boots on the ground in order to do it.
Oh, probably.
And if it's
Does it look
Somebody
similar
had to
to?
be there.
Does it look similar to the boots of?
You
like,
can't
the
find
chipmunks?
any. You can't find any like tracks like that.
Okay.
You can find some heavy wagon tracks, and that's about it. That lead outside the gate. And and when you follow them, they go about 100 feet in like towards the woods. Right about when they get to the woods area, the tracks kind of fail as the ground gets harder, and then they're gone.
How thick are the woods?
Oh, you can get a wagon through.
Would we be able to potentially track like the area wagon would be able to go through from the air and
Oh
maybe figure out where
no,
they went?
no, not from the air, because the foliage would hide it.
They were thick enough for us to camp out like for a night, and the fort people didn't know we were there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I thought, but I figured I'd double check.
Yeah, it's not just like there's only one way the wagon could fit through. Once you start getting in there, there's several paths the wagon could have went.
And like even like kind of looking in the woods, I don't see any like broken branches or anything that would like I'd be
No.
able to start following. No.
I mean, the leaves are starting to change color just barely, but that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we'll head back onto the boat and we'll kind of set up time to rest for the night.
Check and see how the 8 goblins are doing.
The
Okay.
15 goblins.
You guys are heading back.
Wet, you fed them after midnight and you got them wet, didn't you?
What are you doing, Raz? You doing anything about the Goblin conspiracy?
Right now, they're just down there talking. I'm pretty sure
Yep.
I know what they're talking about, but they haven't made a move yet.
Nope.
So I'm gonna hand, just in case things go interestingly. I don't think there would be much of an issue, really, just to show us strength. I'll have to do it, but I'll hand Rebecca one of my 2 elixirs of life I got left,
Okay.
as well as a Drakeheart mutagen. And I'll keep the
Okay.
Quicksilver. That's it.
Okay. About another 5 or 10 minutes goes by, or unless you have something else you need to do, Raz.
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Probably about 40 to 45 minutes total from the time Kruger and Glizik leave. They come back. Climb back up on the ship. Looks like they're empty-handed. At least there's no hobgoblins with them.
In their hands.
Yep. Hence, I said empty.
All right. Have to kind of hoist back up. I'll wave Kruger over.
I'll like as I walk over to him, I'll just say, someone's been here and has taken parts of the dragon with them, but I don't know who or where.
Were there any tracks to follow on the way?
There are some tracks, wagon tracks that go into the forest, but basically as soon as it hits the forest, I can't follow them anymore.
Well, it's not too surprising they would come back. There was a lot to leave behind here. If nothing else, food and supplies. For the cave, was anything different in there?
I didn't see anything.
They may have have come back and taken what they wanted and left. But the wagon was were the tracks going the same direction that the Catfolk village would have been in, or different direction?
I mean, theoretically, yes, but just because they went that way to,
Right.
but they could have went any way.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like basically it was just like they went out of the gate and then just went because they have their back up against that like big like
Right.
wall rise whatever.
Gotcha. I don't remember if we saw any wagons here before, because I don't know if they
There were
just...
some.
Yeah, okay. So they could have just come in and taken the wagon and some stuff and bailed for good. This is unfortunate. It would be nice to shore up with some goblinoids who are a little bit more structured. Actually, that does bring me to those goblins are still up here, right?
No.
Now they left.
Yep.
At some point, all of the goblins, I imagine that they probably went down to Bugzakara at some point. They kept coming back up, and top, bottom, top to bottom. At one point, they seemed to be talking intermittently with each other, all in a big group. Didn't give me a good vibe there. I wasn't too concerned with a handful of goblins. Show of force is usually enough to quell them, but I don't think they're the sort we'd want to leave alone at any point.
Where are they?
And they went under deck not long before you came back. In fact, I think they went back under right as you started climbing back up, I think. Because they were up here like a minute before that, right?
Yeah, probably within a minute or two. I mean, it could have been maybe they heard him, maybe just chance.
They just went down under right as you came back up.
Kruger will
Kruger
just kind
down
of
under.
like gruff and then he'll just walk off and head down. He's obviously looking for the goblins.
Here I was thinking I was going to have to kill a goblin to make an example.
Alright, you find the goblins down in the cargo hold. All 5 of them.
What are they doing?
Eating a horse. I mean,
No. They are looking at the horses. Not touching, just like looking at them and they're talking amongst themselves. Like one will point at a horse and blah, 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 blah. And then, since you don't speak goblin, screw you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And when you come in and see, they stop.
Do they seem like scared or
No.
no? I'm gonna start like walking over toward them with purpose.
They start to get a little scared.
Which one looks the least scared as I'm like walking up?
That would be the female.
I am going to go up to her and
I believe that is Lin Lin.
Lin. Oh yeah, how do we name them?
Yeah, Paslin, or Lin, Boblin, Meplin, and Linlin.
And Wordlin. They have names.
I know all my subjects, yes.
I'm gonna reach down and I'm going to pick her up.
She smacks your hand.
Enough to stop me from grabbing her and pick her up.
No.
All right.
No, they're goblins. They're not that strong.
And then I'm gonna do the exact thing that I said that I was gonna do earlier.
But if you do that to the only female, we can't breed more.
You're gonna kill a goblin? They didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill a goblin. Wouldn't be the first time.
Wow. You kill a goblin in cold blood?
Yeah.
Alright. She screams and the other ones take off running. I'll cross her off.
I mean, intent is a big thing. Just because they were stopped didn't mean they didn't intend to go into the crystal room.
Didn't mean they... You don't know that. You didn't talk to Zakara.
No, one of my people said they were plotting something, and Kruger will not abide by that.
Wow.
That much I definitely do know that they were doing. They were plotting. I mean, the surprise party for Glizzik, but they were plotting.
And Kruger will just come
Next
back.
time the party gets together and meets without Kruger there, you're all dead.
And Kruger will basically come up from underneath the ship with the body of a dead goblin, then just like toss it overboard.
All
That's
right,
how you get ants.
giant ants leaving dead goblins around.
Imagine
What's,
Zakar sitting in front of the crystal room right now, just listening to goblin murder somewhere else on the ship.
See him falling down by the windows. What's going on?
Kruger's home.
You saw him. He went downstairs, came up a minute later with a dead goblin in his hand, threw the body over.
Yeah, I'm asking him what's going on.
Explain to those green goblins that I will not abide anyone plotting against me or my own.
Sorry, are they off the ship or they're just running around screaming?
You don't see him.
Aimlessly just running. And like spook a cat, you find them in the weirdest places, like under the hamper,
In the
like,
refrigerator.
Got them
in the
wedged and
mattress.
stuck somewhere.
Yep.
Do I know that Raz speaks Goblin?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever heard anyone except Glizzik speak Goblin.
Asked
no,
earlier, but I
Valis
don't
did
think
too.
you were with us when Glizzik asked.
Valis spoke Orc. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's ever really asked or involved him in goblin conversation, so he never really brought it up until
He-
Glizzik asked him.
He just eavesdrops, but you know.
Yeah, it's not my
Well,
conversation.
it tells you who understands stuff when you say it, in chat.
So yeah, I'll just say that to Glizzik because I don't know that Raz knows anything about it or knows what they say or translate my intent to them. So
Goblin. Kruger the Goblin Killer.
such a high and mighty title.
Adding it to the list of Kruger's titles I've got here.
Nothing, Jargon?
Nothing.
I think you're scared
You
him too good.
figure they're probably hiding.
They're probably good at that.
They are.
Oh well, we'll find him when we find him. We're gonna fly into the next place. You can still drop them over the side if you want as we go. I mean, I don't care.
We need to rest for the night. We've been at this for a while.
Maybe you do, but I'm not even tired.
As he almost falls
Fanged mob teeth.
over. All right, you guys set up your normal watches.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna sit? Where are you gonna stand watch at?
Man, that's the tricky part. We got two
Well,
places
we're not-
we're gonna be watching.
If we're not moving,
We should probably get Zakara too. Let her know what's going on.
well, you know what we can do? We can use my manacles to take the wheel and manacle one end to a spoke of the wheel and manacle another end to the post that it stands on.
Tire locket.
So yeah, essentially we're putting the club on the wheel, so no one can turn us around and stuff at night, and then we can just do our watch from the crystal room.
Yeah, I mean, I figure we're probably we'd be walking around the ship because we want to make sure people aren't getting aboard the vessel and that sort of thing.
We're probably sleeping on
Yeah.
the deck too. I don't know if we have
Whoever's
quarters.
on guard can just basically patrol between the 2 points. Probably more interesting than sitting at a campfire watching that die.
Oh, you starting a fire on the deck?
Like in contrast to around camp.
Oh,
Why are you putting rocks on the deck in a circle? Just wait. So we're gonna have s'mores. What?
then he throws fireball on the deck to start the fire.
Didn't start the fire.
Just toasted marshmallows on the fire wheels for the engine part.
Yeah, we should probably go. Yeah, let's go fill in Zakara. Yeah, regular watch. I'll go and chat with Zakara if we want to like manacle lock the wheel.
It's not really, you can't really do that very well, but I mean, you could do it, just that's, it won't stop someone from turning it, but it will inhibit them.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I also assume the controls are more than just literally a wheel.
Yes.
So, I mean, if someone just goes up there and starts pushing buttons, things will start happening.
It's mostly levers, but yeah.
Yeah, we camp out in front of the crystal room, and whoever's on guard focus around the wheel. That sounds easy enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go down to Zakara at some point because I imagine Kruga and Glue. Because who's actually on first watch? I think it was me, wasn't it?
Raz's first watch, yes.
I like my sleep to be uninterrupted. So I'll head down to Zakara, let her know what we're doing. Probably set up a slumber party down there. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll head down there and see a bunch of knife marks in the floor at the bottom of the stairs that lead down here or something. Gashes.
There's not many, but there's a few marks.
You're already marking up our ship, huh?
Gotta keep the goblins away.
I wondered if they were coming down to you. I was pretty sure they were. They seemed to be bouncing back and forth between myself and I suppose you.
What was happening earlier? I heard them screaming about something.
Oh, they came topside and were doing some very ominous whispering, and it got some very bad vibes from it. Felt like they were going to try something. They never did. They heard Kruga beginning to climb back up. I informed him that something was going on and they were discussing something that didn't feel right. And let's just say he didn't. He does not take scheming very well if he thinks there's some. So the goblins are currently lost, hiding somewhere, I suppose. Glizzy couldn't find them.
Did he follow through on his threat to make a puppet?
I did not witness it myself. He went down, found them, and came back with a corpse.
Ah,
Poor goblin. Poor Linlin.
So, on the one hand, we definitely can't leave them alone with anything, because it seems like they would absolutely touch the crystal, and Kruga simply made good on his word. Intent is enough for him.
They didn't go in the crystal room.
But I'm sure if you chat with Kruga on that, then if they were down here and you were throwing things at them, then that would only solidify his decision there. At the end of the day, it's one less goblin to worry about. If they can't listen, then, well, that's the first big listen. That said, we're about to start resting for the evening. Whoever is on watch should probably focus around the wheel, since the controls are actually there and we can't really lock them down, per se. And I think the rest of us just relax around here at the crystal room. We've camped in worse at the very least.
By the way, how did Glizzic take that?
He seems relatively dismissive. It seems like he doesn't care much for the goblins that are not from his particular home region. At least that's what he presents. I would imagine you may have better luck asking him directly, but from what I could tell, Kruga told him why he killed the goblin, and he seemed to shrug it off well enough.
Okay, well, camping down here does sound like a good idea. They were surprised to see me down here and kept coming back, hoping I would leave.
I imagine that if Rebecca was not up there with me, a big person, that they probably would have tried something with me being their size. They might have regretted it immediately, but seems like they were trying to see if we were making bad guards.
Isn't everyone a bad guard? That's what the goblins think.
I mean, all goblins sleep on their shift. That's what every module has them doing when you show up at a goblin camp.
Even Glizzik, so yeah.
um, in any case, I'm on first watch, so I'm about to head back up there. The others might make their way down here, or maybe not, but in any case, we don't know where the goblins are, so keep one eye open.
Especially, I don't know. Are goblins the type for revenge?
I wouldn't put
What do you think about Glizzik? Do you think he'd want revenge against Gogrim?
I wouldn't put past.
But he's a blue goblin. It's different.
Ah, okay.
Thank you, Sakara.
I wouldn't be surprised if any action they took, really, if they just decided to stay hidden, leave, or try to attack someone in the middle of the night. I'd put it all in front of them, and it's hard to nail down exactly what they'll do. I think that's what makes goblins so unpredictable.
I guess I'll stay here for now then and just be on guard until everyone else comes.
Extended guard. All right, well, I'm heading back up. At some point, Rebecca may come down. I'm probably going to recommend she rest with others. And when we all have quarters, I sure wouldn't mind carving out some of the space for my own, but I don't think tonight's a good night. Tomorrow we might have to discuss the whole. At some point, we're all going to have to leave the ship. So what do we do when we're not on it?
Oh yeah, did they find anything at the camp?
Nothing really. Kruger found some tracks from like a wagon that seemed to have loaded up some odds and ends, carved up a bit of the dragon, and then left. He couldn't see where the tracks were heading afterward. So no leads there, at least not now. Maybe they'll find something in better light. Or not, and we head back to Hildford, one camp of hobgoblins lighter than we hoped for. Either way, looks like a bit of a dead end, but at least we're in familiar territory.
Was worth a shot.
Well, sleep well. I'm gonna head back up. Sleep well with a bunch of unpredictable goblins on board.
All right. So everyone's sleeping down in like the hallway to the crystal room, except for the person on watch. Correct?
Yeah, they can do what they want. I'll recommend Rebecca do that, but she's her own woman.
Damn right she is.
You said it has like a door, right?
It has a door, yeah.
Kruger will just sleep like with his back up against the door, closed to the crystal room.
Okay.
Kruger goes to sleep, still covered in goblin blood.
He's been covered in worse. It's not much, but
smells irony in here.
All right, Raz.
I'm a bad guard.
You are a bad guard.
I mean, having it bumped up to expert helped. I'll take an extra 2 when I can get it.
Your watch goes by uneventful.
This is one of those situations where I don't know if that's the preferred result.
And then Glizzik.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
focusing. I was just focusing up near the wheel and occasionally walk the deck. I'm not too worried about the crystal room with all of them in front of it.
Yep.
But mostly around the controls. Start setting up some of my pre-daily prep, getting out the beakers and whatnot, but nothing too crazy. But busying myself up basically always keeping it within at least my peripheral.
Gotcha. Your watch goes by uneventful. And then Glizik. Your watch goes by uneventful. And then Kruger. Your watch goes by uneventful. But Zakara,
Whoa.
your watch goes by uneventful. And morning comes. You guys get up, start doing your daily prep. Go ahead and let me. Come on. Here we go.
When I get up, I'll make my way up towards the controls, since wherever we're going, I'm gonna need to be up there anyway. So
Go ahead and pick your spells and or alchemy stuff for the day.
yes. Whatever we end up deciding, just have someone just pass it by me. I'm heading up top. Ooh, boy, I used a lot of shit yesterday. I think I had 2 mutagens and 2 elixirs of life. Yep, that's it. Other than I think Kruger had a Cheetah's elixir left. We're not gonna tussle with some wyverns today, right?
Probably not.
Oh, right. Numbing tonic is not healing, so I only get 2 per. Got it.
Just let me know when you guys are ready. And then, what are you going to do today?
Check out the cat village, make sure that's okay.
Are you going to hop off the boat and the ship and like walk there? Remember, the cat village isn't like in a clearing.
That's fine. I can jump down through the trees.
Okay.
Well, are you saying we wouldn't be able to see it?
I'm saying you're going to take probably some damage jumping down. You're going to be at least 50 feet up.
It's okay. I have
To
50
clear the
feet worth of
treetops.
rope.
That's if you don't tie it.
Fine, then I'll have 48 feet of rope. And that 2 feet of difference is less than 5, so I don't take any damage from the fall.
Unless Raz runs the ship into the forest now that he's out of hero points.
I have. Did I use them both already?
No, you only use one.
I think I was like, I recall using one, but did I use
Kruger
2?
used the other one.
I haven't used the other one.
Raga, I get out of here. Before we leave, can I go down and like check the tracks to see if in the daylight maybe I can make more sense of where they've gone? Like I said, it's not just the tracks, but it's also like branches that have been broken, like as they've been going through. Like
You
that sort of-
don't see anything. Nothing
Okay.
nothing that would lead you to give a direction.
Okay.
Just let me know when your spells are ready, Glizik, and when your alchemy is ready, Raz.
Yeah, I'm playing with maybe trying something new today.
Ooh.
Because Kruger doesn't want more freaking reaction options. I could give him something that gives him 2
Gives me to what?
more reactions.
No,
Like
reaction
more reaction
options.
actions or
No, options for your reaction. That one. Do you have reactions for when you slap people or just when you get slapped?
I have reactions for both.
Okay, just gotta count. 1, 2. Okay, Zargan, I'm sending you the list. It's not updated with what I'm giving to who, but I will
That's
update
fine.
that when I'm done. This is just what I've prepared.
Yep.
And I'll make it pretty. Actually, I'll do that now because it bugs me.
You all set, Glizzik?
Just about.
Come on, Goblin. All you're taking is like a couple cantrips, and like the rest are gonna all be heals. Come on.
Worrying about that vampire.
Vampire. You guys won't.
Those cats.
Oh, the cats. The cats are vampires. That
Only one.
cat pyre.
Catpire.
All right. What are you guys doing? You guys flying over to Jatham?
Yep. Check in. Make sure the hobgoblins didn't just like move.
Kill them all.
Set up camp down the street.
As we all know, Snowball couldn't do shit about it, so.
Yeah.
I don't know who Snowball is, but.
So let's get with the times, Zargan.
All right, Razavir, roll me a piloting check.
Here we go. This is for taking off or just in general?
Just in general. Nice.
Hey!
I'll take it just because I feel like I'm getting a little bit better of a hang for it now.
Hope you're just skating by.
You
Barely competent.
in it takes you about just right about an hour, a little over an hour. You go up, go right across the treetops, and you think you're roughly where the village should be. You guys all kind of poke, peer down through the trees, and you can make out some huts and stuff down there.
Zarkin, I really did take no direction as a cantrip this time.
Okay.
KNOW into direction.
Yep. Which means you know which way's north.
Yep.
As
Less chance
opposed
for us to
to
get lost.
NO direction, so
Yep.
you have literally just canceled out the force of gravity.
I just
Nope.
summoned a boy band.
The other one is he cancels out he enhances his goblin skills. He has no
I don't
direction.
take directions well.
He wanders aimlessly. All right, so you guys think you're 50, 60 feet above the cat village.
Yeah, I'll before I kick down like one of the rope things,
Mm-hmm.
I'll tie my rope to like the very bottom rung,
Okay.
so I can use it to like slide down.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I just want to go down. Basically, gonna check, make sure everything's good. I mean, Zakara.
Is anyone else
Vazel
going down
can
with
come down
you?
if she wants.
Zakara is gonna go down.
And she talks in third person,
Mm-hmm.
which means she's a psychopath.
Are you just putting her in hover? Or...
Well, we still have an issue of leaving the ship by itself until we find our stowaways, Glizzik. So we shouldn't leave it unattended.
The stowaways have been spotted here and there.
But not rounded up.
In pieces or what?
No.
Here and there. I get the implication.
Between
already,
the five of you have spotted 3 of them.
I would have filled in Glizzik too, because I don't think he was there when Krug asked what was going on and all that fun stuff. I'd have, at some
You mean
point.
when you tattled to Kruger? No, he wasn't.
tattle is such a strong word. I noticed them doing some shit that I didn't get a good feeling about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd let Glizzik know as well, as they seem to be scheming to probably find a way to get to the wheel or the crystal room, and Kruger didn't like that, and that's why
They
he
just want to
killed.
help.
And that's why he went and killed one.
This is why we can't keep an army, folks. You guys just keep killing off everybody that we get here as a companion.
Well, at least this time
How are we supposed to start a kingdom?
this time it was Kruger's direct fault. But
Each time we go to, we each get a free one. I guess.
Kruger's the victim. He was forced to murder someone.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, I'll make sure Glizzik's up to speed on that and why it happened, because it seems like the goblins might really going out of especially after talking with Zakara, might be going out of their way to try to find a way to get into these rooms that he told them not to get into.
Joke's on you, Kruger. That guy's going to serve you in the afterlife now. You're stuck with him.
Other than that, I'll stay on the ship just to watch the controls and.
Okay, what about you, Glizzik? You staying on or you going down?
I'll stay on the ship and protect the point. I want to be like where I can see the crystal and the wheel. So I can blast somebody if I need.
You can't be at both.
Yeah, if you take care of the crystal, I'm reloaded. I can literally melt somebody right now.
And
Melt
a ship.
goblin.
He just got a necro bomb or something.
No, he only has one of those. He doesn't have enough. He doesn't know nothing about making more.
Or birth and baby.
Speaking of which, start thinking of downtime stuff, guys. I don't need anything now, but start making your list. Start working on it. All right, so just Zakara and Kruger go down. Kruger goes first. Zakara, how long are you waiting before you go down as well? You like right after him, or are you waiting for him to yell up that it's good?
I guess I'll just wait for him to finish climbing down, because I assume we're gonna use the same rope.
You won't be able to see him because he'll go into the treetops and then disappear.
Tug twice.
Can I tell when the rope goes slack?
No.
I had like 250 pounds of something on the end of the rope suddenly gone. Is it going to change?
Yeah, but she's also on the rope.
Yeah, but she's only making the top part taut, like above where she is, not below her. That's not how ropes work.
I will wait to.
You're gonna wait till he gets down?
Yeah, I will wait till he gets down to get on the rope.
Okay.
List updated, Zergan.
Cool.
And I'm putting in what I'm giving y'all for the day.
Woo!
Everybody gets an elixir.
Kicking the ass.
Rebecca gets Galgrim's because somebody ought to get it.
Somebody should be able to use it.
I don't want to sound like mean or anything, but like I would definitely trust her more than Galgrim. This might be because of a predisposed, knowledge and relationship with her, but
or a predisposed knowledge of Galgrim, one or the other.
I mean, he's also not here, so.
Oh, okay, that's what you're going on with.
Last time I gave him a bunch of shit, he fucking disappeared and took off with it all.
Yeah, he's like that.
I should take that off the debt I owe him. You took 70 gold's worth of alchemical shit with you.
That I get free every day.
That's not the point.
All right, Kruger, you climb down the rope ladder and you slide down. I'm not going to even make you roll with your athletic skill. You kind of navigate through the tree branches and stuff pretty easily, get down there and land. As you get down there, Zakara starts coming down as well. I'm not going to make her roll due to her acrobatics and such. People are kind of looking at some of the catfolk are looking at you a little strange, Kruger, but they have seen you before, so they're not getting attacked by sky orcs.
Skorks?
Scro. But a minute after you, Zakara lands, and what are you guys doing?
Then everyone starts cheering.
Everyone seems a little happier that the hero's back.
I know it's been a few days.
It's been probably about a week. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'm happy to visit my family again. Um, did you want to get something from the cat village? From Chatham?
I wanted to see if they knew what happened to the hobgoblins.
Ah, okay.
You can always ask Snowball if they've seen any hobgoblins in the area.
There's like
Not.
some like council or whatever like building, right?
Yeah, there's like a town hall. That's where the sword was before Zakara stole it. I mean, claimed it.
It's not stealing if they agree to give it to you.
And then it's
Upon
coercion.
pain of death. Upon pain of death. So you going to visit the town hall, and you going to visit your family, Zakara?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys staying together or splitting up?
Well, I don't see any reason to stay with her. She
Okay.
wants to go visit her family. Like I have my own reason for being here.
Okay. Well, let's do you first. You big burly orc.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Yeah, we can go to the town hall and
Yep.
see because we've met the elder cat people, right?
You not met them as in your pals, but yes.
But as in like I would like recognize them and they would likely have the
Usually
information.
they wear different robes and stuff. Yes.
Yeah,
It's a
so
party
I'll
at it's a party at Naughty's house.
Woo!
It's a girly party. Run away! Run away! Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see if I can't find at least one of those fancy robed people.
Okay. One of the elders. Yes. You go
Are
in
they
there, and
there?
he's in there taking care of the place, like sweeping up the floor and stuff. He goes up, he goes, ah, the Kruger, right?
Yes. Why are
Ah,
you sweeping the floor?
someone has to.
Are you not in charge of these people?
Well, for some matters, yes, but we all have chores and duties.
How can you lead if you're sweeping a floor?
Well, I personally don't lead. We are a communistic commune, and we all take turns leading.
Kruger's eyes just
So
glaze
we live,
over.
we live in a dictatorship.
No, I mean the council of elders makes some decisions, but for the most part, people are free to live their lives and do what they wish. Is that not how it is where you're from?
No. Where I'm from, the strong make the rules.
Well, that's usually how it is in most places, whether it's obvious to others or not.
I agree. Most
But
people don't see human
so
civilization that way, but it is.
if you were in charge of an orc village, would you follow everyone around and make sure they were doing whatever you wanted to, and that's it? You would govern every part of their or every aspect of their life?
No, but I would not be sweeping floors. It would be a waste of my time.
Well, to you it would be a waste of your time. Yes, to me it is not.
Well, I suppose you are in charge, so you can do what you wish with your time.
Thank you.
5 minutes.
So what can I how may we help you? Did Zazel come back with you?
I believe she went to go see her family.
Ah, okay, cool. So
Have you?
we're so proud of her.
Yes, she is one of my better What am I calling you people? I forgot.
Shamans,
No, she's not a shaman.
general,
I guess she's my only
bitch,
general, huh?
monkey. I don't know.
She is one of my better advisors.
Oh, okay. So is
Do
there
you
something I can help you with?
do you have any news of the hobgoblins moving around, or something happened at their camp recently?
No. I believe the watch went out there after after you guys left in a hurry. They went out there and it was empty, and they brought back some supplies and stuff, but we haven't seen anything about them. Have d- where did you go? Did you go back down south, or where did you go?
It does not matter where we went.
Well, have you heard?
Heard what? Shut up. And Kruger throws a javelin at Raz from all the way down here.
A dart. A dart. You don't have any javelins.
A dart.
A lawn jart.
Long.
We've heard some rumors. Not we don't know for sure, but he kind of looks around, makes sure you guys are alone together in his love shack. He says, "We've seen some people passing by, heading to Flintlock, and they were saying that the town of Hildford is overrun." That some
These
great horde of undead has taken it.
Called it. All this weeks ago.
Are any of those people still in your village?
Oh no, the last one was headed north a couple days ago. I don't know whether we should believe him or not. I mean, that the town had walls and guards,
When we left Hilford, it was being overrun by undead.
and you left it?
Not so much by our choice, but some weird shaman magics.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's true then. That's not good.
Do any of those people say if the undead were leaving the city and expanding outside of it?
Nothing that we've heard, and we don't travel that far south. But I may need to let the watch, start watching to expand our borders and keep an eye out if they might be coming this way. If they are, we'd have to flee.
And, geez, what was I gonna say? Oh, was it your watch who took the dragon parts away from the hobgoblin camp?
I don't know. I mean, they came back with some supplies and stuff from some of the caravans that were raided, and we divvied it up to people who needed stuff. They didn't say nothing about about dragon parts.
Who would have went?
I believe Sergeant Hasley was in charge of that expedition.
And has the snowball returned?
The snowball? Oh, because she's white. Oh yeah, she's been back. I don't know, maybe a week.
Is she on duty right now?
They are usually always on duty. Rarely do they have time off. That's part of the lifelong commitment that they make to the watch.
You should call her back in.
Well, I can't just call her. I mean, I'm sure she's out on patrol, so then I can send word and try to find her. But why?
I need to confirm if the dragon parts were taken by you or someone else.
Did you leave them there and they were not there now?
There is, like, the dragon itself was like completely gone, correct?
Yes. At least from what you could tell in the middle of the night.
The entire corpse was gone, and the only thing I left with was its head.
Well, and blood and skin.
I mean, does it matter who took it?
If someone took it,
If you didn't want it, then it really doesn't matter, right?
it matters because it could be someone who is an enemy to me and an enemy to you.
Well, I'll see if she's available. Is there anything else I can do for you?
That'll be all for now. I will go to Zakara's family's house.
Okay. All right, you turn around and you leave. Zakara, you get to your family's house. Several of your siblings are out playing around. You know, the young ones. They still play a lot. They're all excited to see you. They're yelling your name. Most of them are yelling, Zazel! One or two actually say Zakara. And then Zazel. You know, they kind of bounce back and forth. Not really sure which you prefer.
That's fine.
And then your
So
father
good.
comes out, and he's happy to see you, of course. He asks you if he looks at you, goes, asks you if you've eaten and if you're hungry and if you have any gold for him. No, he doesn't ask that.
We're headed back down south, but I just wanted to stop by for a short time.
Oh, you're welcome any time.
Oh, did you see our ship? And I'll point up towards it.
You point up to like leaves and stuff. You really can't see it from here.
Oh,
You
just
have
can't
a
see it here.
ship. It's in the sky.
Yes.
You have a sky ship.
Yes, we actually just found it, and it has a ring of fire.
Now, Zazel, what did I mean, I'm Zakara. Your mother and I raised you better to be lying like this. If it's a ship and it has fire around it, it would burn.
Zakara makes a mental note.
That's
Fly
what-
directly over the village as we leave.
That's when Kruger comes in. Should we go back to our sky ship that has the fire?
No, he doesn't.
I know.
But he motions
Sudden,
you
you
to
just-
sit. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you just hear from the megaphone up top. It's called a rocket.
He offers you to sit on the porch in one of the rocking chairs, and he sits there and gets you like some lemonade and a couple small snacks, some finger foods. And no, they're not actual fingers. This time.
I hope not. Okay, I'll just
He asks you where you've been, what you've been doing. I mean, it's been a whole week.
yeah, I'll just briefly tell him about things we've done, knowing that he probably won't believe half of it, but that's okay.
Okay. He does seem to be a little hard pressed to believe some of it, but it's not. He's not going to come out right out and call you, a liar to your face.
Dragged a dragon skull to his doorstep. What more do you want?
I know. That's why he's kind of believing some of it.
It's okay. I imagine if any of the younger siblings are listening, that they'll believe anything.
Oh, most definitely. Some of them are very gullible. You guys talk about 10, 15 minutes, and Kruger comes marching up with that sour look on his face.
Resting Kruger face.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Scaring the butler. You remember him, huh?
Yeah. He gave me bacon. We're fast friends now.
Because you charmed him.
That's why we're fast friends now.
Oh, Kruga, did you find what you were looking for?
One of your chieftains says that the that your people did go to the camp, but he is unsure if they took any of the dragon with them. But your sister was in charge of doing that, so I had him call her back in to discuss what was taken from there.
Zakara's ears flatten when you mention her.
He also told me that people seem to be fleeing Hildford and that the city is overrun by undead.
Oh, that was
Sakara's
some-
father goes, what? Who'd you hear this from?
I'm assuming Kruger doesn't even know the guy's name.
I don't know, dude. Does he?
No, he'll just say the chieftain that was sweeping the floor in your city hall.
Elder Gant?
If that is his name, it is ridiculous, but yes.
Your elder has a funny name, but yes.
Was he the tiger-colored cat?
Was he the tiger-colored cat?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
Just
my, I
imagine
haven't heard
Kruger
anything
saying
about
it back
that.
sarcastic.
He looks
Are
like
you-
right at Zakara. Do you think they'll come here? We can't fight undead. You think we should flee?
not just yet. You're a bit of a ways from Hildfor. We'll be going there next
What?
to.
A city full of undead? Are you crazy? You have a death wish? Then he switches to cat. Now I know the orc might be crazy enough to have a death wish, but not you.
I'll reply back in Amaran.
Krugen starts like he puts his finger in his ear to like he's trying to clean it out, like he suddenly didn't start understanding things.
Like I kind of dozed off there for a second, and suddenly everyone's speaking gibberish.
Don't worry, we do have an airship. We'll be flying above them.
You really do?
We do. I'll have them.
If they come this way, can you come and rescue the village and up on your ship?
I don't know if it would hold that many.
And then from the
but
house, you hear one of your siblings, "Can you fly to the moon?"
not quite that far.
The sun?
We've only got 100 feet up. You don't know.
The stars? Can I go with you?
You're a bit young, Kirko.
They always say that. Goes off and pouts.
Would you like to come fight the undead with us?
Start young.
On the plus side, if he gets raised, like it's a child, so it's not going to be as strong as a regular adult zombie.
This would be the first time we've had some undead children in a game.
You look. You don't have to worry about us. We killed a dragon, remember?
Well, yeah, but that's a dragon. This is an army of undead. How do you kill the lump that's already dead?
Simple. You find it.
They're still talking in cat, right?
Yes.
Probably.
Zargar, was that a reference to the Sword of Thousand Truths or what? How do you kill that which
No.
has no life? From South Park. Make love, not war.
I was thinking, Game of Thrones. That which is dead cannot die.
Gonna die. Yeah.
The damn Greyjoys.
Zakara will put a hand on her rapier with Dame Martin.
She's just patting her rapier, and she's not like getting prepared to draw it, right?
No, well, as far as you can tell, yeah. But
Okay.
she has that quick draw. You never know.
Kruger kind of like starts like looking around like he missed something real quick.
Oh,
And like hops
he's
up from
missed
the
many
seated
things.
position.
Is that
Kind of.
is the sword good against undead? Is that what it does?
Yes, that is its strength.
Oh, we didn't know. Maybe it is foreordained that you should get the sword and then head to the city of undead. If only your mother was here, I'm sure she'd probably talk some sense into you.
Would she?
If
She would
only
try.
Zazel hadn't chased her off.
I'll switch back to common. So, really, you don't have to worry about us, and I will. Well, I don't know where we'll be going, but I'll come back to visit someday.
Okay, hopefully soon.
It won't be another 10 years.
Oh, thankfully.
Oh,
If you
where's
need something more protected, the Hobgoblin camp has been abandoned.
Oh, I'm not sure that would do good against an army of undead. You think they have vampires? Wait, you said you killed vampires. So they're real. Oh my. Oh. I think I need to go talk to the elders. We need a plan.
well, they don't like the sunlight, so you don't have to worry about them during the day.
Well, we like the sunlight a lot. They make nice naps, but
Oh, where's Kelra?
around. You gonna make me pull up the list of which one's which now?
She was the last one that we rescued.
Ah, okay. I just thought maybe she was the druid one, but she's out collecting some nuts and berries in the woods. She's doing much better.
Uh, that's good. I just have something for her. Um, and I'll just jog in and leave something in her room.
Okay.
It's a bomb.
Zakara is going to leave a bag of 10 gold.
Okay. Make sure you guys mark that off. I do kind of wonder where Zakara got 10 gold, but whatever. I'm not saying she's stealing from people, not that they would notice, but whatever.
But Zakara has 10 gold.
Not now. Zakara's poor.
Yes, everyone knows that.
Alright, is there anything else you guys would like to do in Jatham?
Has Snowball got back in yet?
Nope. You've only been there maybe a total of a half hour. If she's out on patrol, I mean, she could be a couple hours away. And that's if she even comes back then when she finds out that you want to speak to her. I mean, you guys weren't very nice to her the last time.
Damn kittens not listening to their elders.
Yep, that's what happens.
Is anybody else who was there available?
It's all people you mean that were at the camp?
Yeah.
They were all watch members, and the elder said, mostly they're not like hanging out in town. They're usually out doing patrols and stuff. It's kind of like a lifelong commitment. They
Well,
don't
I mean,
spend a
they
whole
have
lot
to
of
like
time in town.
sleep and do that stuff,
They,
right?
they they don't have many barracks like in the town. They pretty much sleep in the field a lot. They're constantly on kind of like patrol, almost like the old Rangers and that from like Middle Earth. You know how they're always moving around, rarely in town.
Not helpful.
I can't help that. Look, it's a cat fight in the background. Two cat folk, and then the master black cat is watching.
You saw the tail going to the
I did. So how long would Zakara and Kruger like to visit with Zakara's family?
If it's gonna be a few hours, if at all, that Hasley comes back, then Kruger would just as well leave.
I mean, you have no idea, but you can almost guess if she's not right in town. You know, if they're not back in like a half hour, it'll probably be a while.
And we've basically hit that mark already.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm good to go if Zakara's done her chatting and whatnot. We need to get up with everyone and figure out what we're gonna do since Hilford's kind of fucked.
Is it really?
I mean, we gotta check it out, but
You can't believe some random cat folk. You don't know. You don't know them.
Instead of waiting for the snowball, do you want to just see if we can find a watch member?
I don't know if they would approach us since we are not openly hostile to your village.
Well, I guess I'll keep an eye out for one on our way back to the ship.
The sky ship.
They're not that good at hiding.
They're not. Usually they don't want to hide.
I'll keep an eye out for him as well as we're heading back.
All right, you guys go back. Visits again to the rope. You do happen to spot a couple of the watch people, making their rounds. None of them are white. It is not Hasley. You can flag them down if you wish.
Yeah.
They start to kind of ignore you, Kruger, but then they see that the hero's with you, so they come over. And speaking in cat, of course. What may we do for you?
I'll switch to common. We wanted to know if you were part of the patrol that went to the Hobgoblin camp.
The one says, "No, I was not." The other one says, "I was there."
Did you take the corpse of the dragon?
He kind of looks a little nervous, not really nervous, but like unsure. He goes, "Yes, we claimed it."
Oh, what did you do with it?
We are skinning it and saving the scales to make some better armor.
Kruger just kind of nods in approval.
We figured it was just laying there going to waste and we did not know that you wanted it still.
No, it's we thought the hobgoblins might have come back.
Oh, we've seen nothing of them. Although a couple of the outer scouts said they may have seen them heading north, some tracks. But those are probably a couple weeks old by now.
What tales have you heard from Hildford?
They kind of look at each other and say, "Have not heard anything. Why?"
Do they seem like they're telling the truth?
I don't know. Roll me a perception.
Okay. No. Okay.
They seem a little off. You're not sure if they're just uncomfortable, if they're lying. You're not really sure.
So you haven't heard any stories about it being overrun by undead?
They kind of glance at each other again. No, why? What have you heard?
That is
Who
what
would
I
be
heard
spreading
from
such rumors?
I heard it from your elder Gant.
They kind of look around. We're not supposed to talk about it. They're afraid if it gets out, there'll be a panic.
Do you think I will panic?
I'm not worried about you.
Well, I'm not telling anyone in your village. What do you know?
Nothing. Just a few people came by, refugees like heading north. That said that. We don't know if it's true or not.
But there has been an increase in people heading north from there.
I mean, we see some all the time. Usually they're merchants, but the last few bands coming through have looked more like refugees than like merchants. Now, whether it's undead or famine or disease, who knows? That's too far south for us to worry about.
I hope you do not have to use your dragon armor against them then.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to get any, but I appreciate it. It's mostly for the officers.
And I'll just kind of continue walking toward where the rope is. Like,
Yeah,
you're only
about 10 feet away from where the rope's hanging down.
Oh yeah, so he just grabs that and starts pulling himself up.
And the ship comes crashing down. Don't even know your own strength.
That stupid goblins got to the crystal.
Zakara mutters on the way to the ship, "If I see Hasley in dragon armor."
Oh, you know it. Green dragon armor.
She's gonna have. It's gonna be the most dragonist armor you've ever seen.
All right, Glizzik and Raz. Anything you guys wish to do? They've been gone nearly probably about 45 minutes to an hour by the time they come back. Anything you guys wish to do?
Just hear Obi-Wan's voice. She's more dragon now than cat. I'd like to think that, like, I said in chat that I'm just actually feeding the goblins a little bit of food and trying to get
All
them
three
to
of them.
not, yeah, the ones that are left, Astlin, Worthlin, and Boblin.
Boblin's not here.
Nope, Bob. Listen here, Mrs. Horish. He's not here, Mrs. Horish.
Boblin left.
Boblin didn't leave.
Yep.
He
left.
Boblin's the tough one.
He left last night.
Did he fly?
He snuck off while that, he kind of points at Raz, wasn't paying any attention on watch. I think he was sleeping. We told him not to go, but
How do you expect to have anything better if you don't stick through and stay with me and actually try?
well, the orc killed Linlin for no reason.
No, the orc killed Linlin because you guys kept going into the crystal room, which I specifically
We didn't go in the
told you
room.
not.
We didn't touch anything.
You were close enough.
Outside
why
the
he only
doors
got
close
one.
enough? No,
Well, you were told not to go in,
we didn't.
and then all of a sudden, people just kept coming by and stopping by like they were going to go check it out when nobody was looking.
But we didn't go in.
I have conflicting reports about that, and I don't know who to believe.
No, none of us went in there.
Did you try telling that to the orc?
The cat was at standing guard the whole time, so no one went in.
Oh, so you only didn't go in because she was standing there.
That's not the point.
That is the point.
No one went in.
That's why he did to Linlin what he did, because he knew that you guys were going to go in there. You only stopped because
he doesn't know anything. He's a dumb orc.
I'm not arguing that. The point I'm arguing is that you need to do what you're told to do. Otherwise, he's going to continue to do that to goblins.
We did. He said to stay out. We stayed out.
I pick up the food and I walk away.
They already ate.
I know. I'm just ending the conversation.
I like the dad voice.
The 10-year-old obviously knows better
Yeah.
than the probably 4-year-olds he's talking to. I'm
All
not going to
right.
change their opinion of orcs. I just I need to make them understand they need to follow instructions.
They did. No one in there. All right. You, Zakara and Kruger, climb back up on the ship. You untie your rope, bring it up with you, and pull the rope ladder up. It is mid-morning. What would you like to do with the rest of your day?
So go back up and kind of explain the situation to Raz and Glizik, what we
Okay.
heard. And so, like, I figure, Kruger figures he put the Fear of the Reaper in the goblins with his display, so he doesn't think. Is Raz sleeping?
No, I'm here.
No.
I just put something in chat.
Um, yeah, so he'll like gather them up and just say, it sounds like the undead are not done in Hilford.
Well, I mean, they were doing blatant attacks on us in the streets, and then whatever the hell was happening in the museum. That was pretty high profile. And you mean they've been sticking through that?
It would appear that, at least according to the elders and some watchmen, that people are fleeing Hilford because the city's been overrun.
Overrun. That's interesting. Hilford's not a small place to annex it properly. That would be quite a lot of undead.
You think this is what Balthamo was planning all along?
Maybe. It's hard to say if he's at the helm or if he's just, he's a lieutenant or a captain, or it just seems very strange that there would be enough undead to take a city underneath their feet. But then again, they didn't seem to do all too much about the blatant attacks in the streets beforehand. Because like some time passed between us getting attacked by, freaking vampire guy in the
Yeah.
streets to us taking off. Like,
Yep.
didn't really seem like they were doing too much in the aftermath.
I'm pretty sure the first attack you're running with Balthamo was either right at the beginning of the downtime or shortly into it. And then, the downtime was like, 2 months.
So, what do you think? Buzz by the city, see if it's got a lot of zombies milling about?
I think
This
we
is,
do need to head that way. We need to figure out if it's possible to complete Zakar's assignment. We need to see if we can learn anything from the Brotherhood.
And if
Go ahead.
uh, and if the message on Demorin is to be believed, maybe this is what it's for.
I'm not sure a single sword will be able to kill a city full of undead.
to that effect, I'm curious to see how overrun a bunch of refugees mean by that. But if it really is overrun, it stands to reason any city defenses would belong to them as well. Would we want to even drive the ship that close? I'm not quite sure how it would hold up to ballista or catapult fire,
I think we should go to Master's Guy Monastery first. See if he or whoever may be left has any more information there.
Yes, it's alright. It is closer. They would likely know. And if anything, if we would. It's not a bad idea.
And if it seems like that is the case, then the the Duke's castle isn't that much further away than Hildford from there. Maybe we go there instead of Hildford.
Would be a good fallback because it was a proper like fort, right? An actual castle, not just a name. A lot of refugees would probably head that way first, if anything. Also, it was part of the city then.
Yeah, originally they were separate, but the city grew and expanded into it. But no, it's an actual
okay.
like a keep. And if you remember the town map, the castle
Yeah, just
ward and a couple
focuses the
others
city
have
up.
their own walls and so forth.
So maybe not that one, but the Master Guy one, well, that's a good one because I feel like
You could
even if
probably
they don't
reach
go there,
that like this day before you run out of light. It's that. I mean, it's about a day and a half on foot, but on the ship you could probably make it.
that's a good one. Even if refugees don't go there directly, they may have seen them or at least heard of them going by. It'll get us closer as well. It wasn't too far of a trek on foot. If we don't want to take an airship that close to a city, we can at least swing by, maybe scope the place out ourselves at a distance without, you know, billboarding ourselves in the sky. No, I can start heading in that general direction if that's what we want to do.
Anybody else have any better ideas?
That sounds good to me.
Oh, we've seen about 3 of the 4 missing goblins milling about. Hunger brought them out. Haven't seen the 4th one, but I think they took off with Glizik a while ago, so maybe he knows. But at least 3 of them that I've seen have come out of hiding. Beyond that, it's been pretty quiet while you all were down there. Did you run into Snowball?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, well.
It looks like the watch was responsible for taking the dragon, though.
There's one mystery solved.
It seems like the hobgoblins were going north. Glizik, you've been quiet. You have anything to say?
But I didn't think I was in the room for it
Oh,
because
no,
I'm
no,
always
no.
dealing with the goblin.
I was trying to gather everyone up. I thought you, okay. If we're playing it like you weren't there, then
Well, that's how it's been.
Yeah,
okay,
I thought he was in the crystal room watching that.
fair.
After I was in
know-
dad mode.
Yeah, since I know, the moment we turn our backs, these freaking goblins are going to try to sneak in. They've already proven that.
I need to home alone the crystal room.
Wow, Raz is very anti-goblin.
He always has been. He's
A
always
goblin
after.
hater.
Imagine hating goblins.
You try to sneak into a place you're not supposed to be the moment you think no one's there, then yeah, that kind of destroys any trust of
It
you not
wasn't the
doing it.
moment. It was at least 10 minutes later.
So, next time's a car, what you need to do is use the cloak so you're invisible, and then they come in and then you catch them, and then you kill them.
Red-handed.
That way, they learn.
And then they start screaming, entrapment, entrapment.
That's
Spell
right.
it. And then they're stumped,
Trap. Meant.
Yeah,
MIT.
to kill you.
Entrapment. How I didn't know you were there, or I wouldn't have been committing that crime.
Exactly.
Out of character, I'm fine with the ideas.
I mean, I'll go and talk to Glizik.
I'll
Because
start.
Kruger wants to make sure that the goblins have gotten the message.
Oh, they've gotten it.
Our goblins are down 40%, Kruger. Wait, let me simplify that. We have less goblins now.
I don't see the problem.
Mhm. Am I the only one trying to grow our grand army?
Yeah,
Keeps
so
shrinking every turn.
when Kruger comes down, he'll kind of relay all that same information to Glizik, try to get his opinion on everything.
City full of undead, eh?
And that's when I bring up the idea of that. Do you think it was because we took the Ankh out of the city and removed the only protection the city
As
had
Glizik
from the
pulls the
undead?
Ankh out of his pocket.
And because we've kept it away so long, there was no resistance in the city. I mean, do you think that we're to blame for part of it? I know there's no
Mm.
answer for that, but
If the city fell, then the city is weak. That is who is to blame.
yeah, but if we took the one thing that they could have used to defend themselves, that would obliterate the undead or something, you know? I mean, it's like,
Like how
Well,
Kruger
weren't the
Oh.
undead coming after it when we
yeah, they're
left?
probably trying to destroy it. Yeah,
They
somebody's got
had
to use it though.
they had enough force in order to try to take it.
Well, but I mean, it had enough magic to whisk us away to who knows wherever that runes was, you know. Otherwise, we would have been there right along with them, fight for our lives.
You bring up a good point. We may be able to do something about it with that relic, but it hasn't spoken to anybody since we left, has it?
Nope, and I've been trying. But then again, we weren't surrounded by undead coming after us either at the time. When I did talk to it the second and, you know, multiple times, I tried to. There's always the option of us just flying over the city and, you know, dropping stuff on the undead too to try and help, whether
Like
it's
goblins.
fireballs or bombs or whatever. Goblins
Goblins.
strapped with, you know, pyrite or whatever.
Well, I'm not sure how much that would help. If it's such a help that we could indiscriminately drop them, then the city is lost anyway and will require force much more than occasional bomb and fireball being shot from our ship.
He leans out the door a little bit, like knowing that he can hear this goblin scurrying sounds down the hallway, and just is like, might be nice if we drop some of them full of dynamite outside the ship or just to blow to smithereens.
You say
And then
that
goes
in
back
Goblin?
in Goblin, yeah, so that they hear me. It just sounds really angry and guttural whatever I said.
What's a dynamite? They have
People
dynamite
know.
in there with the crystal. We should get some.
Just gotta find out real soon.
Has our goblin problem been rectified, or do they feel the need to interfere with my ship again?
They're like 4-year-olds, and they're like, we didn't violate the letter of the law. But obviously, if Sakara wasn't there, they would have tried to go in and looked at the crystal and poked it or whatever. But because she was there, they didn't enter the room, so they don't understand why you punished Linlin. And I tried to explain that you guys had the intent to go in, and that's why we are, you know, trying to lay down some discipline. They don't understand is the problem.
Tell
They're
them
not
this.
smart like me.
If they do something that would make me angry, as in have to sneak around this ship at all, then the same thing will happen to them. I will not have my ship fall from the sky and have my shamans and advisors damaged because of it.
You have a better chance of reasoning with the horses than keeping the goblins out of mischief.
All right, Kruger's going down to the cargo hold.
Goes down the cargo hold. You stay out of the crystal room.
And they just stamp at their feet.
And the one horse goes, nay, and Kruger kills it. It said no.
How dare you tell me nay?
So do I just throw them off now?
I'd like to keep them for our kingdom. I mean, they were slaves. They had a horrible life. I'm trying to offer them something better. But they are a risk. You know? Do you believe in slaves getting second chances or what? And I look them straight in the face.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You look straight at his kneecap. What are you talking about?
Straight into the
His
face.
thigh.
I'm on a crate.
Oh, okay.
It has nothing to do with slaves and everything to do with competency. If I feel necessary, I will enslave them again. But you do not wish that for them at the moment, and I'm trying to see different viewpoints of things.
It's not an argument. I'm just letting you know what I honestly think.
No
They could be
argument.
useful. They could be useful if they're not that dangerous. They're more like tricksters, I would say. Just like dumb children. You just have to keep an eye on them. That's all. But don't expect them to turn into me one day because I don't see that happening. There's not that much upstairs going on down there.
Everyone has a use, and if they don't have a use, they die. So help them find their purpose, Glizik.
I was actually hoping that you'd bring a couple of the cat folk back to act as extra crew. Any luck on that front? I dodge.
Enslave the cat folk.
I had not considered it. Maybe we can send Zakar back down and see if any of them would like to do this.
As you feel the ship start heading south as Raz takes off.
Is it actually?
He said he was getting ready to go.
I'm getting ready. I'm at least gonna let people know I'm good to go before I hit the gas, because we know what happened last time.
No one tells me, and all of a sudden just whoop, whoop.
You yak all over Kruga.
I think we're starting to move. Please close your mouth. Close your mouth.
I haven't really seen the goblins. They're like definitely making sure they're not around when I'm around, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. So I don't know that one's missing out of the four.
Well, Glitzik tried to explain it to you, but
I said it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
We're down 40% of our goblins. Yeah. But I mean, what is percentages to Kruga?
Something his advisors take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go talk to Sakara, because it was not easy trying to take care of this ship with people who are untrained and not having enough people to do it in the first place.
Surely some of the small cat folk would be curious enough to try and come aboard and go to sea with us and
go fight some horde of undead.
Act as cannon fodder that we need. Why should we die? Let them do it for us. Yeah.
We push them off the side.
Look, I created the catapult. Yes.
Oh, I'm saying if Valis was still here, I'm guaranteed he'd be making cannons for you.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, to shoot skeletons at them. You know what you fight skeletons
I
with?
was thinking
More
real
skeletons.
cannons, but you know, whatever.
Right, yeah, I'll go find Zakara wherever she is.
Okay.
I'll just go to Zakara and say, do you think any of your people would want to help us fly this vessel?
I'm not sure anyone would be trained in it. But I'm sure there would be some who'd jump at the chance.
Yes, and your people can jump very high.
Some of them can.
It may be helpful, if at least temporarily, to have some others aboard this vessel.
Okay. How many and how much do we pay them?
Well, I hear you give 10 gold a person, so I mean, you've done it a couple of times, so precedent's been set.
I do not know.
Well, Kruger, you run a ship. How much did you get paid? I hate you.
We could talk to Raz and see how many people. Like if we were to come under fire, or like if what, airship battles, that just sounds insane. Like let's not think about that right now.
You
Yeah,
know,
we
I
just
do have a combat map already for it.
yeah.
I mean, I got a more practical one for you. If we came under fire from something from the ground, like if we go to Hildburg and get shot at,
We probably only need 2 or 3 just to fill the gap and watch the vessel while we are away. It's obvious we cannot trust the goblins to not do whatever they wish to do. So these people should also be at least capable of self defense.
So now the house-sized cat ones.
Okay, um did we go up to meet Raz, or is it still just Sakar and Kruga?
I mean, wherever you were, because I would have left after our conversation with Raz and to go talk to Glizik.
Okay, Zakar
So
would have just been on deck somewhere.
On deck 17. That's
I'm
where the
assuming
hollow
that's
suite is.
where Raz is, since he said he was prepping to get ready to go.
Sure.
Well, I don't know how many could handle themselves in a fight. Probably the ones who are in the watch. So I don't know if they'd be willing to leave. Maybe
Mostly
they.
people who could kill a goblin if needed.
Uh, I mean,
They're all against me.
we can ask. Perhaps a few of the watch could be persuaded to at least come
quit their commitment and go mercenary.
to temporarily come help us in saving their hometown from being overrun by undead.
We're conscripting them to assess the danger to their town.
wait, is that what we're doing?
Yep. Sounds a lot better than stealing it, doesn't it?
If that is something that would work to convince your people, then tell them that.
Notice how he
Okay.
doesn't say that that's true. He just says tell them that.
Tell them what they want to hear.
You are a damn good politician there, Kruga.
What if people want to sweep their floors when they're the chiefs of their people? Then apparently they're able to, I guess. I'm enlightened.
Let me, or maybe we should go ask Raz how many he thinks he'll need. I'll walk over to the wheel, or I'm assuming Raz's.
Yep.
I'm just up there, like, cataloging and describing the different things that happened when I did the different lures to Rebecca. Only
Okay.
last time I did a little bit on the set, and then we went up pretty high very quickly. So maybe this time. Oh, hi, Zakara.
Hi.
I walk up with her, by the way.
And Kruga.
So it looks like we probably need more people to efficiently fly this ship.
Yes, I'd say very much so.
And we need people when we're not on it to make sure that the goblins don't cause trouble.
Kruga had the idea of seeing if we could ask some of the cat folk to come along.
It was actually Glizik's idea.
Huh. How many would you need for flying the ship?
Let's see. Someone to point where I'm going would be nice, for sure, instead of having to leave the wheel and check myself. Navigator. Are we talking just bare minimum or ideally? Because I feel like we'd want some backups in case something happens and someone's incapacitated.
Give me a number for both.
Lizik walks up from wherever he was to join the conversation. It might be nice if we had enough to fly the ship in case we needed picking up somewhere. If a job goes wrong or something. Just saying.
I'm thinking if it takes 5 to run this thing, then maybe 15 total.
Well, I'm thinking about that. I'm not sure that's correct.
Whatever the number is, 3 times that number, including us. Because if
Make
we're
sure we
off
can
the
all
ship,
fit.
then a crew to run it and the crew to be on standby or shift or whatever. Run the clock.
Because
Right
thinking
now
about that, it says 5 other crew, but a ship could run 3 shifts, just like a ship at sea would.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm thinking 2 or 3 would be all that would need to pilot to control the ship at any one given time.
Like
Maintaining
pilot normal operations.
Exactly, yeah. So 5 extra crew would be enough to run multiple shifts. Like a pilot and maybe 1 other or something like that to run the ship.
Ideally, someone, yeah, that would work. And just make sure we have enough to cover around the clock. If nothing else, just to watch the wheel. Even if we're only traveling, because the ship doesn't need to rest, right? Like we could theoretically travel 100% of the time if we had enough people.
Theoretically.
Never gonna run out of fuel either. Nice.
No one said that.
Because we know exactly how that works.
We have to go to the moon for Zakara's sibling.
In fact, I said the opposite. We don't know when this thing's going to run out, if it ever
Just
will.
like in Starbound, you have to go to the moon and get
Fuel.
the fuel in liquid form and make
Why
sure the
Ghost
moon man
chased
doesn't
you.
get
Yeah,
you.
while a ghost, arbitrary ghost, just chased you around.
So we're gonna use enough proof for that to die to the ghost. Did I say?
So enough to keep it running 24/7 if we needed to. I don't see no reason why we wouldn't want to be flying around if we could be. So I'd say enough crew. If we don't include ourselves, 2 crews worth to keep this running. So when we're gone, they can still operate.
But like a full crew would be 6 people, right, Zargan?
That's
So
what it says.
keep it running 24/7.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, so it's
Because it only has what, like 15 rooms or whatever was it?
Well, it
I
has
don't
room for
remember.
15 passengers.
Oh, passengers.
So it's crew plus passengers. But the ship's not necessarily big enough to carry like 20 crew plus 15. Well, I
Right.
suppose if crew slept in like
Well,
hammocks
they swapped off, either hammocks or swapped rooms between
or
shifts.
or hot bunked.
Yeah,
I'll need to check on that. How many crew? Is crew per shift or total?
yeah, it's the answer Raz would put out there is whatever crew is necessary to run this thing 24/7 without us in case we're gone.
Right.
But
And then the other answer is whatever it would take to run for a shift without us.
yes,
So you're talking about you'd like at least 2 pilots, so someone with those skills. And what was the other skill they needed? Survival,
survival for pathfinding. Yeah,
which a decent number of the folks from your forest village should be decent at. You know,
I think the pilot would be the tricky one.
nature.
It's not just piloting too; it's good piloting because that's like a DC-32 to freaking run this thing under any sort of stress.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll find anyone like that there.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. But if it's just us to run the ship, then I would only need like 1 or 2 extra people, right? One to, yeah, because it was basically 2 spots that the goblins were maybe sort of filling if we had to.
Right.
How many people were in this village roughly?
100 or so.
3.
3 people.
So if you could hire some ship people, that would probably work too, because it says piloting lore. So if a guy could
Right.
pilot like a naval ship, he could probably pilot this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't have to fill the entire crew at one place, but I just figured if some of them wanted to come aboard, it would help. You know?
Yeah, I think we're just trying to fill out like the crew to get this thing running,
Yeah.
essentially,
Basically,
like
just
bare
two people.
bones.
Yeah, just two people. Then, if it's just us plus what we need, then
Because I don't think Zakara's village has enough people for us to support getting a full crew,
so
especially the pilot aspect.
I mean, you could probably get, half a dozen people, cats, to join maybe, if depends on how much pay you're offering. But none of them are going to be able to pilot.
I mean, at this point, that's fine. I can drive, and if I can't drive, Glizik can because he's got basically the same odds I do.
Yeah.
So we can keep
And
this
and
boat running
and
24/7.
Rebecca has a decent crafting, but nowhere like good chunk lower than you and Raz, than Glizik and Raz.
So we've got
Yeah.
a backup and a tertiary.
And we can find a pilot at Smuggler's Cove if Hildford's overrun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still got my token.
Yeah, me too. So we got the pilots under control for that part, at least to go for the majority of the day.
So you're looking mainly for navigators?
A pair of eyes to freaking tell me that I'm about to run into something without having to check myself. And then I think we just needed one other person just for general crew for whatever position Zargan says we need to have 5 other people for.
I mean, if you get just regular people, I can look out and be good to go. My survival's solid, not great.
Which I'd be fine with too, just as long as we fill those spots. Because right now we can't really trust these goblins at the very least.
Do we want? I know Kruger wants them to be able to at least defeat a goblin. But if we want any with fighting capability, it would be someone from the Watch. And they probably wouldn't want to come with us permanently.
And talk to Elder Gant. Him knowing of the situation and trying to keep it under wraps, he potentially would be willing to send one with us.
Plus, I think that cat's out of the bag.
Wow.
Conversations.
Okay. How much do you offer someone to fly an airship?
I can look that up.
Same amount to fly a regular ship. The medium through which you sail does not matter.
Even if it's lava?
You have a lava ship.
No, we have a wooden ship. Sailing it through lava would be bad, right?
Maybe.
If our ship's already on fire, how much worse could it be?
I think like skilled hirelings were like 5 silver a day or something like that. Unskilled were 1 silver. I don't know if it's like hirelings we're looking for. Hirelings rates double if they're going adventuring with you. I don't think they're going adventuring if they're just on the boat, right? Like where's the line of adventuring? Like, is adventuring just when you get off like the boat to go onto the island?
I would consider like they would just be not
Like the
adventuring
porters.
because like the porters, like anybody who's like guarding a caravan, they're not adventuring. They're just walking down a trail. Like that's all these people are doing.
Yeah,
except
but
the trail is just the sky.
caravan guards get paid a lot more than porters do.
Well, we're not even asking these people to carry anything, so
Yeah, okay. I can look up prices.
So it says paid laborers provide services, unskilled hirelings perform simple manual labor and untrained at most skills. Skilled hirelings have expert proficiency in a particular skill. That's basically the only difference between them.
Yeah.
They're level 0. Untrained hireling has a +0 modifier, while skilled hireling has +4 in the area expertise and +0 for other skill checks.
Yeah, but then guards are a different category because they have combat training.
Oh, here we go. Transportation.
You're looking in the big book.
I'm looking on Archives of Nethys.
How dare you?
Apparently, transportation for like caravan and stuff is page 294 if you're actually in the book.
The book's like, oh no, my book's downstairs.
Oh, that's the higher the entirety of transportation.
Yeah, if you want them to transport you somewhere.
Exactly.
Let's see, Fixer is a guide who knows inner workings of a specific location. Okay, don't care about that. What about Secret Society membership services?
Alright, guys, I think I'm going to stop us here tonight.
Boo.
It is pretty much quarter till. Raz has to get ready and go to work. And this is a good stopping point, to be honest.
Joke's on you. I'm already ready.
Joke's on you. I didn't care.
Boo.
I know.
You're
I could
cutting
check
me 15
online
minutes
about
short.
I could check online and the stuff about the crew and then get prices for like crew members, guards, and so forth. Between Pathfinder stuff, first edition Pathfinder books, and even just like D&D books and stuff like that, I can get a price. The big question is going to be crew. Is that crew for like 3 shifts or a crew per shift? I mean, I can see it. If it's per shift, that's fine. Crew gets they hot bunk or just get hammocks.
Well, and if you've got one shift out, you really only need, beds or hammocks, whatever, for 2 shifts of crew. And then you got room for 15 passengers. That's plenty of room.
Yeah.
Since
Well,
we're not carrying any passengers.
That's what he's saying about hot bunking, where you just share a bunk bed with whoever's not on shift.
Yeah.
Or is on shift. Definitely not ideal, but sometimes you don't have a choice.
Yep. Just so you know, thanks to tonight's actions, I have to change one of my questions.
Haha.
That's good, right?
Not haha for me. The question was for you to name the goblins, and if you named them all 5, you were going to get extra points. But now that since there's not 5, that goes away for sure.
We can still name them.
Nope.
We can still name the goblins we had.
I named them at
Nope.
the beginning of the episode.
I literally only know the 2 that are no longer with us.
Yep. I know Goblin and Lin because they were specifically called out this session.
Nope.
So
Those
we
have been
still
named for 3 or 4 sessions. I think the session you
they've
got
been
them.
named for a
Yeah, they've
while.
been named. I'm
Yeah.
not saying they weren't.
I think Naughty named them the first session.
Yeah, when
They're in the
we got
chat.
them. Yeah. Taslin, Boblin, Wordlin, Meplin, and Linlin.
Everyone always
Yep.
gives the goblin their name, but does anyone ever ask their name?
No, they're goblins.
No, they're the names that we assigned them.
Is that
Like,
why? Is that why
like we adopted them.
Like, did Nanul name you?
No, I named a new.
You named Nanul.
Not true. No named him. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording here.